I am on Roll20, but I haven't launched the game or anything. Yeah, I will. I'll do that. You can just think out loud or something for a little bit, and I'm gonna take my headphones off so I can try to hear the something from another computer.
Do, 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 do. Let's say. I literally throw in a like a blurb about people's philosophy, and for this guy, I just wrote in a pint for your troubles, a pint for your victories. Cheers to that. I literally throw in a like a blurb about people's philosophy, and for this
Beer,
guy, I
the
just
cause of and solution to all of life's problems. Okay, what was I doing 10 seconds ago before I got distracted? Ah, right. Alright. And that guy's name is Father Tokyo. Hey.
Hello? Hello.
Hello.
Look at me using Rule 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right now I'm just trying to navigate my files. Find something.
Oh no, what was that?
Oh, that did nothing.
Boom.
Okay,
Boom, boom, boom.
I've got decent audio levels on voices. If you want to turn
Now I
on
need
music or
to.
something.
Yeah, here. Oh, wait. I played the wrong show. Well, I guess I'll just play this. Let me see if I can hear that. Bing, bing, bong. I can't hear the music. Why is it not playing? Oh, there it is. Do you hear that?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
I was talking to Daniel because I thought he was in roll 20. He is in roll 20.
I do hear it. Yeah, coming
Yeah,
from
and
roll
it's
20.
not like too loud that it's like you have to talk too loud over it, right?
No, but keep talking so I can check how it is on the recording.
Yeah, go right ahead. I think it's not terribly loud. We're just taking care of a few
minor audio things before we get going here. Oh, let me at what's his name?
Well, Fate.
It sounds good. Everything sounds good on the recording for now.
All right, let's be back. Oh boy.
Yes. Fucked up spines we have.
Yeah, I have to sit in a gamer chair now instead of my comfy bed with my laptop.
Oh,
Oh.
shucks.
Yeah, I bought this gamer chair for my wife, but I never actually got to use it. I'm kind of digging this. Whew. What was I writing? Right.
I'm not cheating. My gamer chair is just better than yours.
Yeah, this one was like $200 and from China. I don't doubt it.
Oh.
Come on, brain.
Do we just join the old Roll20 or is there a new one?
Yeah, the same link from Roll20. Do you still have the link, or do you want me to repost it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I just go to games, right? And
If I send you the link, it should lead immediately to the thing. Here, let me just. Why can't I copy the link? That's weird.
oh, this is nice music.
There we go. It's a hypertext. Look, I'll just drop it in Discord. You just click the thing. It sends you right to it. Boom. Alrighty. How's the audio looking, Chief?
Sounds good.
Hey, good.
Yeah.
I might turn up you guys in Discord just a hair so that I can hear you better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure last time I was too quiet, right?
No, I hear you just fine. I just want to make sure that you're louder than what the music that I put in the background, just so I don't mishear you. We don't have to say, what'd you say? Like 10 times, because that'll slow the game down a lot. I know from experience.
What you say?
Cute. Rightio.
What is this music from? I recognize it. I'm not sure. Not from where.
Oh no. If I actually, let's see. I know it's about what is
This
10
really
times 7.5
This
plus
really
8.
sounds like a Skyrim soundtrack.
It could be. There's a little bit of Skyrim mixed in here. I think most of it's like Neverwinter Nights and like old Baldur's Gate computer game music, and then there's some like Skyrim and some modern stuff mixed in there.
I'm like 90%
And
sure it's Skyrim. Yeah, that sounds right.
oh yeah. But I'm more of like a Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights type gamer myself, because I didn't like have internet or even a TV until I was basically an adult.
I never
So.
played any of those games.
Analog games are better. Don't worry about it.
I've been playing Skyrim since I was like, I think I was like 8 or something when I first played it. Yeah.
I think I played it when it came out, and I was in college after getting out of the army, so I was already up there in years.
I'm not sure if I overprepared or underprepared, but I have like 3 different sources of water.
Oh, I have like a half-empty mug of coffee,
I also have a half-empty mug of
or
coffee.
coffee mug with water in it.
Oh, I've got my coffee going.
Oh, right. I
I-
still have to make a.
I
Hilarious.
have a glass of water, and then I have 2 water bottles
Eh,
uh,
eh.
that are both like half empty, and so is
Yeah,
the
I'm
glass.
just sitting on that couch.
That's cool.
I'm just sitting
I
on the
wish-
couch.
Oh, I should have saved that for something else. Oh well, I'm stupid. I got a really cool randomly generated NPC, and I was like, ah, fuck, I should have saved that for later instead of just skipping past it because it wasn't what I needed this second. Right. Oh, wait, what did I say his name was? Venric. All right. this PC, stop into my main folder, into there, into there, and bada bing. Whew. Okay. Strange. We still don't have Fatum. I just
We should at bomb him.
Usually he's the one who's always here.
yeah, that's strange. Did he mention that he might be late
That's
today?
true.
He was here yesterday at 4. Well, until he gets here, I have a minor question I wanted to ask you guys since we're all together. I wanted to know what kind of marching order you guys prefer. That's just a really basic ass question, but
Marching order?
yeah, basically, if anybody's in Roll20, is anybody live streaming for Zavig, by the way, so he can see Roll20?
Oh, I'll do that.
Hey, I appreciate it because I guess I could do it now actually because I'm sitting at a more powerful computer than before, but.
The map.
Ooh. But anybody who's in Roll20 or looking at Roll20 can see I have 2 boxes, the left one and the right one. They're examples of marching order, which is just like the base assumption where if I say like, oh, you guys got attacked on the road, like what positions would y'all be in? The one on the left is, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't want to be in front, so the one on the right is preferable for me.
Oh, well, you're not necessarily on the front at the right wing, but a good example is like if you're a little bit further, the one on the right is probably the correct marching order because it allows you to shoot down the middle. It allows the 2 frontliners to work together on the same enemy and like move around that way.
Oh, gotcha. Like
If
right
you
to
were
left is right to left is the
Yeah.
movement direction. Got it.
Yeah, here
Oh, okay.
I can give you an example is
I was
Oh,
wondering
okay,
if it
okay.
was vertical or horizontal.
yeah, I'm gonna give you an example. If you guys were in a square like that, you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to shoot anywhere past the guys in front of you.
Yeah.
Meaning that you would have to move before making an attack, and instead
Yeah.
of attacking and then moving. So when you're spread out like this, allowing you to shoot in the middle, though, that does mean that you guys should be able to see this if I do this. But enemies would be able to like move through them to attack you if they want initiative. So there's always upsides and downsides to everything. So it really doesn't matter what you pick. I just suggest something similar to what's on the right. But there's
If they
nothing
move
saying you
through, they have
can't
to
be
take an
attacked.
attack of up.
Yeah, that's true. That's also why it's only a 2 gap, so that they take an attack of opportunity if they move through them rather than around.
I do like the one on the right better. That's
Yeah.
my thing.
The main advantage to the one that I showed earlier on the left here is that just because you guys are moving like left to right or right to left doesn't mean that you couldn't get ambushed.
Right.
Where but the box on the right, they're still close enough that even if the enemies were literally right behind you, they'd be able to walk right up to them and stab them.
Yeah. With the one on the right, it's assuming that the enemies are coming from the left only, right? And they're not coming from behind,
Mm-hmm.
like to the right.
Actually, something like this, because I think the oh, actually, you know what? I'll put him down here because the paladin has a an aura that you might want to put that where it'll actually affect somebody. The paladin, like everybody within 5 feet, will eventually get like a tiny buff from him, so
Oh,
that's really helpful. Although
sweet.
having the fucking fighter get it is probably, or the barbarian get it is probably more helpful. So the thing on the left makes a little bit more sense, I guess, because he's giving it to 2 people. It's really complicated. There's like too many things to juggle. So I was just like, I'm just saying this to kill time until Fatum gets here. Where the fuck is he? Did he say anything today?
Last
He's
thing
just
he
been
said
quiet.
was like yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, many hours ago.
Yeah, yesterday, my time, 5:44 p.m.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, he's probably either busy or asleep. It's just kind of the nature of the beast that already really late for him.
True.
What happened?
Well, he lives in England, right? So let me just look at the time in London right now.
Oh, I did not know he lived over there.
Time in London right now is 4 a.m. or some crap. So
I actually thought he was the one who lived close to you.
no, you're the one who lives close to me, right? Oh wait, no, maybe he does.
No, he's the one who lives close to you. The
Because
one who was in England was Priam, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so it should be your time where he is. Because I'm
Well,
2 hours ahead of you.
God damn it. Maybe he thinks we're starting later or earlier, and he's just incorrect about that assumption. Damn. Wait, he messaged me earlier today. That's right. He messaged me around 3 today.
Ah.
Oh no, the other frontliner is gone.
Just swing him around like a big fat stick. I hope he doesn't mind. Well, gentlemen, for everybody who's here, I'm still willing to play a game. You just have to gonna play a little bit of catch up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm burping a lot because I had a big dinner. All right, well, congrats on making it, everybody.
Does
Happy to
Roll20
have you all
a
here.
dark mode, by the way?
Oh God, I wish.
Okay, because
Don't
I'm
worry,
pretty
when
sure
I switch to a map that has some fog of war, it'll darken up quite a bit.
I'm just asking because my monitors don't have, they're like so cheap that they don't have a brightness setting, so
Oh, bro.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, so everybody post in chat, I guess, whether you want 1 or 2, or say out loud whether you prefer 1 or 2.
1 or 2 what?
For marching order, like left or right.
Let me see.
I don't know.
say-
With me, it doesn't really matter, to be fair.
Okay, I'll just flip a coin then. Slash.
I was just thinking
roll
1
1d4.
because again the paladin does get
Yep. I'll just choose group 1
More
then,
buff.
and I'm gonna. Okay, well that was a little bit bad, but we'll just roll copy.
Do paladins get their aura at 3rd level? At 2nd level already?
No, I think he gets it at like 3rd level or
Oh.
something.
Oh, it's not yet. Okay.
My earphones keep cutting out.
Okay, does everybody
Me?
have their little doodads? Oh, you don't have control of your characters yet, I don't think. Up. You gained some weight there, buddy.
I saw that.
Does is it my mic that keeps cutting out?
No, it's my earphones are literally like old
Oh.
and broken.
Okay, let me just. How do I give control of these little things? Oh boy, here we go. Already issues happening with
Oh. Buddy boy.
Oh yeah, did Fatum say if he was going to be late or not?
He didn't say anything to anybody.
Oh.
Oh yeah, who has control of A?
Oh yeah, how do you move?
Oh, Kuro, did you? You didn't add anything to this, but
No.
Let's see. I think if I right click, it should be up there. Oh, jeez. Okay, I will figure this out, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a very long time since I used Roll20. Should have done this earlier.
No worries.
But my computer was borked all day, so
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
I'm not
he's
even
here.
in Roll20.
let me see. Controlled by oh wait, no, that's the wrong guy. Controlled by Denim.
Dog got into something.
Yes, it was the
by-
doggo.
Gambler. Okay, everybody try oh right. You weren't here, so we'll have to move your character for you, Orc Boy. And this one is controlled by Okay, so everybody just like wiggle like WASDA or like the directional keys and see if you can move your little token around.
I cannot.
Hmm.
Nope. One sec. I'm gonna. Okay, there.
I have my character sheet pulled up.
Hello.
Hmm. Hello, hello.
Oh yeah, I should also get my character sheet pulled up.
Hello, sorry about that.
Hey, you're all right, man.
Yeah, she's like less than a year old, so had to get that settled really.
I'm just gonna be rolling on every because yes.
Okay, can everybody wiggle their character now? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Should be on a token layer where you
Oh.
guys can see them. And
Oh wait, I can. Oh,
yeah,
How are you doing this?
I'm hovering over the character and clicking it.
yeah, you have to click
Yeah.
your character and then
I'm
move it
dragging
with
it.
the yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so the only thing that you missed, Fatum, is that we're working on choosing a marching order first.
Gotcha.
Wait,
I'm
Oh
probably gonna go
fuck,
towards
I
the
completely
front.
forgot.
okay.
Just keep we're
You,
going around and
you're
choosing marching order, yes.
you're holding your mouse over your dude and then
Just dragging him.
WASD? Oh, dragging him?
No, dragging. I click and drag.
Yep.
I cannot click and drag my dude.
Oh,
Oh.
Let's see. Let me change that. Controlled by, determined by character settings. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, that's D, and then we go in here and represents character D. Click on the dude with the hat and then try moving him back and forth with the directional keys. I can do it as the DM, but
Oh, you can also yeah, you can use the
No,
arrow.
I'm not able to do it.
well, worst comes to work, I have to move the orc boy as he directs me. Anyways, so I could just move yours as well, I suppose.
Let me I don't know, refresh the page and maybe something will change.
Yeah, give it a shot.
yeah.
Let's see, controlled by, determined by character settings.
The orc
Yeah.
boy is
There it
paraplegic
goes. There it
and needs
goes.
to be moved.
Yeah, there you go.
Are
Okay,
you doing it with
sounds good.
keys or?
I need
Oh,
to.
I can also do mine with keys. Sweet.
Oh, you know what? I was in the pan view selector mode, and that did not
Oh.
work. That's why it did not work.
Oh. That's why.
Okay, so marching order.
Yep.
Or is just
I'm trying to
zooming
find the
around the
right
map.
button. God damn it! Oh shit!
Doing laughs.
Gradient tool, huh?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's right here.
Why is this not creating a gradient? What is going on? Why doesn't this thing just have a fill bucket? Grr. Okay, well, that's going to be a visual bug, which is a pun because I'm working on a bug right now. Haha.
uh-huh.
Oh well. You guys are just gonna have to live with it. It'll be the one time that this happens.
Hmm.
Okay.
The one
Okay.
time.
One
No,
minute.
don't worry. I literally have like, oh shit, that's not supposed to happen. Be like the one time that this happens, and oh, you have a little life bar over your head. That's cute.
Yep.
Huh.
You just go into settings and you can like add one of the values for these bubbles you have over your head when you click your token.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
So I don't
Let's see
think
if
I
that
can.
works. Doesn't look like that worked.
I can also pop out one of these. Pa-pa. So we know how how close you have to be for my auras to take effect at the moment. Not that I have any yet.
Wait, it's a 10-foot radius? God damn. I thought it was 5.
I can double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 10.
I don't see anything on
10
anyone else.
feet.
If anybody's done that.
Oh, you might want to hit refresh then because he has a little yellow ring around him. Can you change the opacity of that to
Oh,
make it like a little bit
oh yeah,
lighter
I
though?
can't see anything different too.
It might be a thing just for the DM to see
Oh.
and me to see it since I got it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I can't see it even after refreshing.
Oh, then apparently I'm the only one who can see it in him. Haha.
Aw.
It's
DM
fine. It's a
supremacy.
good reference point for me at the very least.
Oh, that worked
It's
out perfect.
invisible.
And just
And I
go
also
boop,
don't know how to
boop.
change the opacity from here.
boop.
Fatum is really quiet for me. I can barely hear you.
Oh,
He's a
you
little
might
quiet
want-
for me too. I'm just gonna right click him in Discord and then bump him up to like 160%.
Yeah, I've got him all the way up.
I have him on 200.
Just do me a favor and don't be incredibly loud the first thing you say, Fatum. We all have you turned up very loud.
Oh God.
Okay, how
Turn it
about
down.
I pumped up my own like setting volume just a bit.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah. What do all the tokens or do all the bubbles do on the token?
They're just little things that you can keep track of. I don't know what to use the other two for, but I'm using one of them for health.
Alrighty. It looks like we're all here together. We all have more or less a grasp on what we're doing. If you guys want to
Yeah.
continue putting life bars over your head, we can do that. But we're 20 minutes late here, and we have a bit of content ahead of us.
Content.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, let me take this, scroll up a little bit. I'm just going to give you a little bit of blurb. Okay. Right, we're not going to start every session with the little marching order things, but here's my prepared opening. So all 4 of you decided that you wanted to help the people of Ulthate, whether it be for gold, glory. Some of you did it to help people. But you all received a promise that you would be given food, weapons, and the potential for a career. And hey, maybe even some of the land that you're setting out to tame at the end of it. Who knows? The world's your oyster. All that means you got to do, follow what people tell you. You can, of course, reject that offer, and some of those things come off the table. But that chapter of your lives, that's probably a couple days ahead of you, if not many days ahead of you. All you are right now is 4 travelers on the road. Fatum, you got to Lacrimus 2 days ago, and you and Charicles either met on the road or in the city proper, and you met up with Danilman Zevig in a foggy little town called July. However,
July?
yeah,
Okay.
I might have told you that, oh, why did that happen? Half of my windows in fucking Chrome just closed for no reason.
Oh no.
There should be a way to like.
Yeah,
reopen
I
them.
already reloaded the tabs. It just happened for no
Yeah.
reason, which made me angry. Yeah, I told you that a lot of their names are Roman, and Julius and July or whatever.
Right. Gotcha.
Who cares what any of my towns? It's not like you guys are going to go there. You're all headed south to the same destination. The point is, you would have made it there unmolested, except you didn't. And that's why you're here on this road.
Oh.
To give you an
Oh, boy.
idea of the conditions you've been walking in for several hours. Because it's like an 8-hour hike from that town to this one.
Oh.
The good news is you're mostly
Except
done
you
with it.
didn't.
What? Yes. The bad news is that a couple of strange bugs have been flying around you for a while, and you're not exactly sure why. They haven't, like, attacked you or done anything weird. They just keep buzzing around you and making a racket, and they look particularly suspicious. Let's see if I have an image of them in my thing still.
Yeah, they don't look nice.
No, they're very gross.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, these bugs have been following you for probably a couple of minutes now. And yeah, please stop moving around for just a minute here. The bugs have been flying around you for just a minute now, and it's only now that they land in the trees, and all of you start to feel the ground around you shake just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we've all been noticing these bugs, and now that they finally stopped and noticed the stuff around, Fatum's gonna gesture to the party and tell them to draw their weapons because this does not look like
Yeah, it does not
these
bode
two
well.
Yeah.
And it looks like you have good instincts, because when the ground finally starts moving, it's because the fucking thing erupts, and all of these gross things pop out of the ground.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh
Oh,
boy. Oh,
Yeah,
buddy boy.
the locals came by to say hi because you're walking in their woods.
oh.
So now would be a good time for a bit of roll initiative.
I was gonna
Does-
ask,
does
can I move the player icons in the bottom left? Like,
Oh, do you mean because the big
Yes,
giant
it
pictures are blocking a bunch of stuff? If you
Yeah.
hit settings, you should be able to scroll down to something that says chat avatars, and you can switch them to names only. And that will
Yeah.
just
I
have
got
our names at the
12.
bottom.
You can also click on in where the name is.
Oh.
There's a thing, and you can drag it around.
Yeah. And don't let the
Alright.
size of the box fool you. I can't make them any smaller, but they're actually not the size of a man. Each one of those things is about the size of a dog.
Okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But they're very feisty. They're on 4 spindly legs, or is that 6? 6 spindly little legs, and they look like spiders if they had a gross eel mouth poking out of them with 2 big black, unblinking, pitch black eyes.
Okay.
Sounds like
So
an
how-
Yeah.
SCP.
Just
How exactly
rows
do you
of teeth.
roll again?
You want to roll /roll, and then if you want to roll a d20, you follow the same thing they did right there, which is 1d20, and then modifier at the end. So
So
if
you-
I write in /roll 1d20 plus 100, I can
Okay.
roll 102.
So I think.
Yeah, you have a higher dexterity
Is
modifier
that
than
the
that, I believe.
initiative order? No.
Okay.
What?
There's a button I click.
I'm not sure what my
And-
initiative modifier is.
It's whatever your
modifier.
dexterity modifier is.
Oh.
Okay.
Not
let
hard
me-
at all.
Let me re-roll it again.
What about is
I rolled a 12.
Oh, what the
12?
fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Apparently, I discovered a new feature.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Someone rolled a nat
Yikes.
1.
Yeah.
oh.
First roll of the game, natural 1. This does not bode well.
It's like how on your test one you rolled a d20 plus 100 and you rolled a 2, so it's just 102.
Yeah.
Well, if their names are going to show up on that initiative count, I'm gonna have to just hide when their initiative turn is, because a lot of these things have names that I'm supposed to know, but you aren't, because I didn't think the name of the PNG mattered.
Gotcha.
Although I
Okay.
named this one correctly, which is good.
I've
No,
not
it's like
hovered
you're
over the
enough
turn order.
to know it.
Oh, ha! Hilarious. Let me see. I can right-click you, add turn. Okay, what did everybody roll? Orc boy, where are you doing your rolls at?
I rolled it on average.
Oh, yeah, he said he rolled a 12.
Okay. And Fatum, what did you get? Let me scroll up just a tiny bit here. 11. Daniel got 2. Still more than the bugs.
Thank goodness.
Congratulations on being a warm body.
Oh,
Kuro, and you got 14. But unfortunately for these creatures that just popped out of the ground, they just used all of their movement. And at least one of you was not surprised. Is there a button that like sorts these in order or something? Or is it all just going to be screwed up?
I hope not.
Descending. There we go. They just used up all their movement and they don't have any ranged attacks. So that'll be Kuro. You get first deal.
Okay. Can I guess I'll pull out my bow and shoot.
That is not a bad option. They're only 30 feet away from most of
The
you.
one that's like down and to the left of me, like that one.
Oh, you want to shoot one of the bugs?
No, the dog type thing.
You can
The weird spider eel creatures.
you can hold left click and hold on the map and it'll ping it.
Oh yeah, right
Yeah.
here. This
Okay, so red is Kuro. He wants to the one in the middle. Yes. I have names for them all, so I remember which ones you've hit. Yeah, go ahead. Roll me an attack roll.
Okay.
Look up their stat block again, because
Let me.
So first attack of the
Just a
game.
second. Okay. Okay.
oh,
So
AC is a little higher than I remember.
so it's 1d20 plus the hit DC.
You're shooting a bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1d20 plus your dexterity and proficiency modifier because you're proficient with the weapon and you have natural skill in the case of your physical attributes. So
25.
Ooh.
okay, roll damage. Is that a short bow or long bow?
Longbow.
Okay, so that's gonna put a hole in this thing.
Oh.
Okay, so if I click that, yeah, that's gonna put a arrow right between its eyes.
All right.
Nice shot,
Yeah.
bro.
That is not a bad start. They pop out of the ground. Kuro spins around in place and just staples that thing's head to a tree trunk. So, that's gonna pass it to Zavig. That's the name for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Let me see
write
how-
in his
no,
name.
Phaeton, right?
Thing.
Oh no,
No, Zach
Zapik,
first.
yeah.
You got a little bit
Zavig.
higher now.
Oh,
Okay.
that's all caps. Let
How
me take
far
out the caps
is
lock.
the one that was next to the thing that got plastered to it?
How far away? What?
Oh, yeah,
The
how-
thing that's next to the dead one. How far away is that from me?
Zavig. Let me see. 39 feet. So just outside your range.
Hmm.
See if there's anything that's close by you, actually. Yeah, that one back and to your right. Here, I'll ping it for you if you're zoomed out. Is,
Yeah, I can see it.
yeah, this
what
one's
I'll
technically
do,
within range if you want to run up and smack it.
I'll walk down 10 feet, like towards let's see.
Like here.
Towards
Alright.
Kuro, yeah. Like walk down 10 feet, yeah, right there. And then I'll take out a javelin and chuck it at one of the insects.
Oh, I forgot you had javelins. Oh, one of the flying insects. Yeah, go nuts. I guess I can roll. What is your dex, or can you use strength with javelins? I don't remember.
I think
Strength.
you can strength with javelins.
Yeah, I can use strength.
Okay, and so that's probably going to be a big
I'm
bonus. Are you...
rolling it
Oh yeah, you can roll. Just go nuts, man.
1d20. 22.
Sure, roll damage.
Okay. 1d. 7 damage.
Okay, so the way that I do things, when monsters take half or more of their hit points to become bloodied, that is a status condition that sometimes has something to do with either their effects or creatures around them, sometimes not.
Then I'm
Uh,
gonna walk backwards again.
Oh, yeah, you
Like
can
back to my
absolutely do that.
original position.
Yeah. Perfectly valid tactic. I love it. I love it. I love to see it. Is that the one I'm going to use? I don't know what I'm going to use for bloodied. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but you definitely landed a massive blow on that one. You basically just like stabbed a javelin right through its back. It's probably not even going to be able to walk afterwards, but it's still kicking. Injured but alive. So let's see. Did you want to be there?
Yeah.
Okay. Fatum, your buddies have been showing off. It's your turn if you want to assert yourself.
All right. So I see them take care of those on that side, and they seem to be doing well. The ones behind us, it's a little bit more dicey. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and attack this one.
The bug flying in the air.
Yeah.
I hope you have reach on your weapon because it's
Oh, it's
still
flying
sitting.
now?
Well, no, they landed on the trees, so it's sitting on a tree
Oh.
branch over your head currently.
Gotcha. Then I do not have reach, but this is the only group where I can reach within 30. I was over. Yeah, I was here, and then I went up 5, 6.
Oh yeah, how do you do the arrow
You
thing?
gotta reach the other
Oh,
one.
you click on the little ruler-shaped thing in the sidebar on the left. I hope that's not too loud for anybody. I think I can turn it down.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
a
it's
little
a
bit, but not that bad.
tiny bit loud.
I'm not sure where the button to turn it down is.
We can control
Zabby,
our
can you
own
hear
master
the
music volume
sound?
level.
Oh, you can? Then everybody
yeah.
should just turn it down a tad. I'm going to do that same thing. Oh, there it is.
Oh, where?
The little
In the
That's
settings thing, you just have a master music volume level as like the first option.
Oop.
Okay, there we go. I shouldn't have to speak over it too much now.
Nope, sounds
Okay,
good
now I
to
can
me
hear
now.
the music.
Wait, so wait, can I actually reach the dog over
Hold
there
on,
instead?
wait.
Then?
I'm still.
Sorry,
I
Fatum,
don't-
you were saying something?
Yeah, could I have actually reached the dog all the way over there on the right? Then? The creature. If I was where I was originally, which was here, because I remember counting the squares. trying to
Yes,
figure it out.
actually, you could. Even the,
Okay.
the orc could last turn, so I'm pretty sure you
Three.
could.
How exactly do you turn
If-
down the music volume again?
Under
Okay,
settings, it's
on
like towards the top.
Roll20, you want to click on My Settings.
Oh, okay, master music volume.
Yeah, it's right at the top.
Wait.
In which case, I will attempt to hit this thing.
Also, I should mention that, yeah, okay, that's a solid hit. That one will take the bloodied condition as well. I should mention at this point that if anybody is curious what the hell these things are, it's not an action or a bonus action to roll nature or arcana on them. Although I do want one person to roll it.
Oh, it should not be me.
Yeah, I don't like skill dogpiling because, you know, it just results in way too many successes or fails.
I have +2 in nature and arcana, so I can.
Yeah, go ahead and roll both. I don't care which.
Okay,
Plus
what do
zero
I
each.
actually need to like roll? What dice?
I'd
Well,
say
it-
nature and arcana are both. Oh, you roll a 1d20, and then you add whatever the proficiency modifier as well as the applicable skill, which in this case is attribute, which in this case is intelligence. So it's
Okay. There.
Let's hope my
There's-
armor class
there's a-
full, because I feel like I'm gonna get swarmed. Ooh, that's true, actually.
18. Damn.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. If this were an in-person thing with a roll of 18, I would just hand you the monster manual and let you read it for about 15 seconds. But I'll give you the juicy bits. These creatures are actually intelligent, although only barely smarter than your average dog. They can technically speak their own language. What you know is that they're actually creatures that normally would be in a cavern or the Underdark somewhere called Kuthricks. Or no, Pruthric.
Okay.
They are indeed about as insectoid as they look. They can burrow underground, which you kind of saw already, but they can also climb on walls like spiders.
Oh.
They rely on pack tactics a lot like wolves do, and they also have a keen sense of smell, which is how they located you from underground.
So these things called up out of the earth when they appeared, or did they? Oh well, I guess that's something to look around for after we finish the fight.
Insect
Yep.
wolf.
They might have popped out of the ground somewhere. Who knows?
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, that's my turn. I don't believe I have a bonus action. Or an applicable one, I mean.
In that case, Denham, if you want to make an attack roll, or well, they're a little too smart for you to do animal handling on, but gonna suggest any weird action you wanted to take other than asserting yourself.
Yeah, I think I want to cast Vicious Mockery at at this.
Yeah, one of the injured ones.
I think I want to do one of the bugs.
Oh yeah, sure.
True, we are having difficulty reaching him. Or we are
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, the one in the just above our paladin there. Yeah,
Yep.
go right ahead.
Okay, and that's a 1d20 plus my plus what? I'm not sure how that works yet.
Oh, when you are
I think
attacking with
Mockery is a save.
yeah, if it requires an attack roll, which I believe is Vicious Mockery not a save? It's just an attack roll.
Vicious Mockery is a save.
No, it's a save. Wisdom save on behalf of the
Ah,
creature's target.
so the way that a save works is the DC that I have to roll for is 8 plus your proficiency modifier.
Which is 2 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
Plus
your
whatever
spellcasting.
your charisma is, or whatever your spellcasting thing is, which I think your charisma is like plus 3 or 4.
It's plus 3.
Okay. So that's equal to 13 in this case. So
Oh.
and do you know what the save is? I think it's wisdom.
It is wisdom.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Yeah. So is that save for half damage or save for nothing at all?
Let's see. Saving throw or it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 damage and have disadvantage on the next roll before it. No, it looks like nothing at all.
Well, oh wait, does that even work on something with an intelligence less than 3?
It doesn't have anything that would preclude that.
I don't.
At
Yeah,
least
I
in
didn't see
the
anything that would.
text of the spell.
Oh, it'd be real. I just find it really funny that your words are so vicious that they literally affect a creature which is too dumb to have a sense of self.
Like, I don't understand what you said, but I am offended.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's some powerful roast in there. But the bug is completely unfazed by your attempts to
Oh,
bug it.
Probably because it doesn't understand what you're saying.
perhaps.
Yes. Well, the bugs, for their part, on their turn, are these two over here are immediately going to swarm on this dead one and begin sucking all the lovely juices out of it. And these two over here are going to try to drain this one over here dead.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
that's going to be
So they're feeding on the dead.
So try not to get bloodied, essentially, or else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that wounded one is literally going to turn into a husk in a matter of seconds as they completely drain the son of a bitch.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Yes. Corn cares not from whence the blood flows.
I'm kind of worried about them gaining strength or something after they suck some blood.
Yeah, me
I'd be
too.
more worried about them healing, but since they're
yeah.
at full, it doesn't.
So-
not happy.
Yeah.
I'm assuming none
feel
of you
a
here
power up.
speak Kuthrik, so I'm not going to bother translating. But the seven of them that are left are going to start working at each other, going like, and making screeching noises at each other. And rather than charging in, the rest of them are sort of circling you slowly and closing the gap with you without, let's see, what is that distance there?
They feel threatened.
Yes,
like
so rather than charging in at you with like a mad dash, they start slowly circling in and trying to form a tighter circle around you to keep you from running away.
Ah.
Little did they know.
Okay, and that'll wrap back around to Kuro.
I guess I'll walk up to this one
Okay. Can you
and
move over there
take
on your own?
out huh? Oh yeah. And take out my longsword and attack it.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just going to remind you that in D&D 5th edition, you don't stow your longbow if on the same turn you would like to pull out the longsword. That would be a full action to like put it away and pull out a new weapon.
Oh, okay,
But you can just drop it on the ground and just be like, free
Okay.
your hands instantly, pull out the sword, pick it up after the
Okay,
fight.
then yeah, that's
It'll just be more difficult to switch to the bow again later. That's
yeah.
just the flow of combat to keep things.
But yeah, I
Yeah, you can always pull a
so
zoom and just kick it back up to your hand and drop the sword instead. But if you move from that
so
spot, you won't have your bow. Anyways,
now I do.
if you do want to give him a
Wait.
stabby stab, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yes, when they're slowly circling you, what I meant to say is that they're all taking the there's an action you can take in 5th edition
Dodge action.
where, yeah, the dodge action, where they impose disadvantage on attack rolls against them.
Alright. So do I
You can also do the same thing. I want to be clear. Everybody here, if you're like out of range and you're struggling to get into range with somebody, but you don't just want to charge up to them, you can take the dodge action and move slowly up to them.
Okay.
It's like a careful approach, which is what they're doing. But what were you saying? One more time.
Do I do disadvantage on the attack roll or disadvantage
Yeah.
on the hit roll?
On the attack
Like-
roll.
Okay,
Um,
so
Your damage is just
So-
flat the whole time.
16.
And now roll again, take the lower.
That's for the one to hit it, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
where you get take
Okay.
the disadvantage from.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, 7.
Oh shucks.
So it's really low to the ground. Stabbing at this bastard's like trying to catch an eel with your bare hands. It's just wiggling around and trying to nip at your ankles the whole time. Doesn't make for an easy target.
Alright. Yeah.
If there's, I think we're too low level to have any bonus actions for you to pull out.
Yeah,
But don't
I
worry.
guess that's the end of my
It-
turn.
Yeah, it might feel a little weird, but combat with me will usually go pretty fast because I'll just like whip it around to different people's turns because I try to
Alright.
keep things
Okay.
running, especially when there's a lot of people. Zavig.
So, you'll see Zavig pull out his great axe, and he'll start to sway a little. His eyes start to gloss over, and as a bonus action, I would like to rage.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'm
Uh,
going to walk up to the one in front of me,
North or south?
north.
I'm assuming this one there.
And
Okay.
I'm going to recklessly attack him.
Okay, go ahead and attack neutral.
So that's made with a normal roll, because advantage and then disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
1d20 plus 6. 14.
Okay, that is also a miss. Although your axe does hit the thing, it just slides right off its outer layer and leaves like a long slice in the chitin, but it doesn't look like you hit anything soft or meaty. So the thing just hisses at you and makes a bite at you. Oh, well, not actually biting at you, but I mean, it's not its turn to go, but you know what I
Alright.
mean.
That's the end of my turn then.
Yeah, they had more AC than I remembered. Fatum, your buddies are, they're picking away at it. They're gonna take a little while there.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use a spell slot and cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
So my AC is now 21.
Oh, that's your bonus action too, right?
Yes, I was
Damn.
looking through my stuff. What do I got? So I'm gonna move away from this thing, provoking an attack. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and try and keep this thing from attacking my friend who's overextended himself.
Yeah, don't worry. It's too busy sucking on that monster to give a shit.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's neutral. It's not even a combatant, really.
All right, so I would use my macro, but now I need to roll with disadvantage. So
Mhm.
First.
20.
Yeah, you guys have absolutely ridiculous stats in the
Nope.
moment.
That doesn't seem
That's
right.
not what I meant to say. Nope, that doesn't seem right.
Um,
The
1,200.
math looks correct, but your formula looks a little off.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Uh-oh.
Oof. That's an oof.
Oh yeah, that's a wide swing you got there.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's my turn.
Yep, but don't worry about it. You've got the bard here to help seal the deal on this. Looks like your buddies are busy with that one. I don't remember. I don't actually know what weapons you're packing, but
I do have a crossbow, but I can keep casting my cantrips. Can I do that?
oh yeah, you
That
can
is-
cast cantrips
okay.
indefinitely.
Okay.
They are an indispensable thing on the battlefield.
And do my allies count as creatures for other spells?
Yeah, creatures just means entity.
Okay, so I will not want to use
So if you want to cast
Thunderwave
Fireball at us, that's fine.
Oh, huh.
I do not.
If you headed south, you could hit the pair of those with Thunderwave without hurting anybody.
Yeah, that's
That is-
kind of what I was thinking. I would do. Go down and hit
Yeah, what's the range on that? 5 feet or 10 feet?
15 feet.
Whew.
15-foot cones.
Let's see
Sheesh.
here. Maybe you're right.
You're a lot squishier than your party
Hold on, hold
members,
on.
so.
Let me measure some distances here. Let's see.
Oh yeah, this is the spellcaster life, always measuring distances.
Okay, let's see. Okay. So I think if I'm... Ooh. Oh, that's too far.
I think this square here that I'm pinging is probably about where you want to be.
That's kind of what I was thinking I would do.
Yeah, everybody's still within range, so.
Okay, I am there.
Can you read Thunderwave for me and tell me if it makes like an incredibly loud noise, or am I thinking of Shatter?
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must take a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed. In addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect. The spell emits a thunderous boom, audible out to 300 feet.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, buddy boy.
That's all I wanted to know. No further questions.
Okay.
Oh
You
no.
sure?
Yeah, so I guess I'll roll the Constitution saving throws unless you change your mind. I see you moved into position.
I
but-
moved into position, and
We don't know anything about it. I don't think we're particularly cautious.
I'm not
Theoretically,
feeling very
we're
cautious
supposed
because I think Danom's thoughts are, if we were going to be attacked by stuff around, then they would have come when they started hearing the fighting, maybe. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, go for it. Just cross off one of the spells from your list, and I'll just see if this works. Okay, so they both fail.
Ooh.
Which- So go ahead and roll 2d8 thunder damage. Is it plus anything or just 2d8?
I believe it's just 2d8.
2d8.
Okay.
And they're also pushed back 10 feet.
Oh yeah.
I guess it would be pushed away from like the direction.
Well, because they both took 14 damage, you basically just turn them into meat slushies.
Meat slush is
Ooh.
yum.
Woohoo!
That'll keep those bugs busier.
Okay, apparently I have to zoom out a little bit if I want to do that. Because Roll20 didn't leave me enough space. Okay. Well, that is not a bad start, gentlemen. Was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
Is there anything else I can do on my turn? I'm not sure.
With a bonus action, you can give out bardic inspiration to someone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can do that as many times as your charisma modifier. So 3 times right now, if I heard correctly.
The orc already has advantage, so I think the best person to give it to is probably the paladin.
Okay, I will give bardic inspiration to the paladin.
Especially since especially since he has disadvantage, he gets to roll the dice twice.
Yes, I will do this.
Thank you.
Right now, the positioning is actually really good. The two frontliners are taking on like 3. The fighter's taking on 1, and the bard is safe from.
Yeah, and you guys have literally taken no damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
So these two bugs here, let me see how fast they move. 40 foot.
Uh-oh.
So the two bugs over here that were enjoying this nice meal are gonna start flying down here. They're buzzing above your head, but they're clearly focused on all the. Actually, wait, because they can dash. I guess they're not going to attack it, but they'll just dash their full movement speed all the way over here. They seem more interested in getting a good meal, especially since these two here are gonna start sucking the blood out of this one that just got a little bit of meat left on its bones. The other ones you turned into like soup on the ground, so. We're just gonna go
Yum.
after the one that's still in one piece. I kind of killed it without rolling first, but since they both get like +5 here. Oh yeah, that thing's toast. So these bugs are all fat and happy. Gorge on the blood of these weird, gross creatures.
We feed them,
the-
they don't attack us.
The Kruthrix, on the other hand, are going to start cowering after you just exploded in front of them and
Mm.
turned two of those guys into mush. I don't know if your party's going to have tinnitus after this, but the rest of the Kuthrix start screeching at each other. The two that are nearest, well, actually, all of them are probably just going to dash away and start burrowing. So, both of you, the Paladin and the Barbarian, if you guys want to make your opportunity attacks, do them now. These things are
I'll hit the
going
one
away.
next to me here. Let's see, 18 for 7.
Wait, aren't you at disadvantage?
Are they since it's their turn taking the dash? Should they still have the dodge action?
Oh no, they don't actually. Good point. Good point. You didn't roll bardic inspiration, but you still nailed it. You're attacking the one on the right, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and you did 7 damage to it. All right, so that sucker's wounded. He's gonna be moving a little bit slower, but he's still burrowing. Barbarian,
Yeah.
are you interested in smacking one? Zavig?
That is 12 damage.
Oh, I didn't hear what he rolled, but I'll just assume
Yeah.
that you actually landed the hit because that one's
I rolled
pasted.
an 18 on the hit.
Perfect. Right, so that is another one that is just turned into a lateral cross section like a sandwich that just got carved into diagonals at a deli halfway through its little rabbit hole. The other one's bleeding all the way down as it makes its little tunnel. This one, though, is going to get away. So I guess I'll just go... Oh, oops. Oops. Come on now. And Kuro, you also have the chance to attack this one before it gets away if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead, roll. No
I roll
disadvantage
with
this time.
disadvantage.
No, not anymore,
Okay.
because they're running away. They can only dash or take the.
Seven,
Okay, so
10.
that'll land.
Very
Go ahead and
nice.
make an attack.
Okay. Wait.
Or go ahead and hit it with the longsword. I mean, it's like 1d10 plus strength or something.
Or Dex. Wait, is it versatile? It's not finesse.
No,
not
it's not.
the longsword. Not the
It's
longsword.
not.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not.
right.
Use strength.
Longsword
Yeah.
is versatile, so it's...
Yeah, it's versatile, so you can two-hand it, but not light. It's not finesse, so you can't use your Dex.
Finesse, that's what it's
Yeah, you
called.
can't use your dex.
Okay,
I'll
so
get you a
it's
rapier or something.
1d10 or 1d8?
Yeah, 1d10 plus
1d10.
your strength plus your proficiency.
Okay.
Unless you're holding a shield.
Plus proficiency or strength?
Oh, strength. Proficiency
Just-
for making attack roll damage is your stats.
Mm-hmm.
5.
All right, that's another one that's we got another bleeder here, boys. All right, so the two of them though are these two at least are going to make an escape. I would hardly call it an escape for the bugs, which are going to lazily start flying away, and they are just little blood sacks.
Did we make a check for these bugs at all? I know we got the dogs done.
Oh
but-
no, you guys didn't.
No,
You can
I-
go ahead and.
Yeah. Let's see. What was that? It was...
It'd
Well,
be one-
just nature this time. Arcana isn't going to help at all. They're
Okay.
pretty common though, so the DC is kind of low.
So 1d20 plus intelligence plus proficiency if you're trained in that skill.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, that's a little low.
Oh.
I mean, there's a couple things you can infer about them just by the fact that they're insects and they do drink blood. They're probably some sort of nuisance animal you've never heard of. You're not sure if they're local to the area or not, but, well, they seem to be somewhat benign, unless you're the one bleeding. Probably safe to let them go for now, but somebody coming down the road later gets attacked by one of these things, it would probably be a bad scene. So whether or not you choose to pursue them is up to you. They're moving a lot slower now.
I don't care to.
Yeah, me neither. As long as no one's like, who would be bloody walking down the road?
People will get ambushed by these dogs again. Do we know if this road doesn't seem well traveled that we're on, right? We don't.
Oh, no. You guys are way out in the boonies. Although people do come down here occasionally. Like, there's still wagon tracks in the road. It's just that, other than that, not a lot of foot traffic is...
Not a lot of people come down here.
So-
They'll be fine.
Can we choose to attack them again if we want to?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need party
Would it,
consent. You can
would
just...
it be an action to pick up my longbow again?
No, I told you before that dropping the longbow and pulling out the sword, that is like a bonus action type thing.
Okay.
And another example would be you drop the long sword, and then because the bow is at your feet, you can just like roll it under roll your toes under it.
Yeah,
your boot,
and
and
kick it up.
Yeah, just kick it up to your hand and then fire an arrow or something.
Sick, bro.
Okay, so I guess I'll do that and then try to shoot maybe this one.
Yeah, go for it. It's a big target now.
Okay.
Big and fat.
Wait, that looked weird on my screen.
Well, how did we get those little measuring things out? Because I don't see a ruler thing. I don't think.
On the left.
It should be just underneath the magnifying glass. The little black stick-looking thing is actually a
nice.
ruler. Oh, what's their armor class?
I don't know.
Huh, that's odd. Oh, I'm speaking to myself. But, yeah, the good news is you don't lose the arrow because it thunks into a tree just past the thing you were aiming at. But, yeah, that's still going to miss the actual creature.
Alright.
It doesn't look to be able to comprehend the attack that you rolled against it, though, so it's just kind of lazily flying away
It
still
was
with the
too
rest of them.
fast for it to notice.
It's
Well,
too
it's too dumb to realize that an arrow was something that you shot at it.
And it's
As
too
long as we're
cold.
taking pot shots at these guys, I think I'd like to shoot off a or a vicious mockery at one of them.
Yeah, go
Uh,
nuts.
We're out of initiative at this point.
Oh yeah, at this point, like they're not like active combatants. They're just like dumb animals that are flying around. They have like an intelligence of 2. They're basically stumps with wings.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Alright.
I will do that then.
Yes.
On that guy.
Oh
Ah,
right, I have to
okay,
roll
damage
the. I have to
dog.
roll the.
Okay, that was the same one that I tried to
Am I
shoot.
rolling wisdom? Yeah, it's 1d20 minus 1. Oh, that is not a
Oh.
0.
1do.
No, he rolled a 1. It's fine.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Still
Oh,
too
never
stupid to
mind.
comprehend that you told him that his mother smells like elderberries.
Nah.
So, I'm gonna move at least a little bit closer. And I don't know if I should. Yeah. Let's see if I can get something
Target
done.
practice, boys. You're just shooting at clay pigeons.
I'm gonna go ahead
Exactly.
and cast Compel Duel.
You're gonna cast a spell on it.
Yeah, it makes it come towards us. Makes it easier for me to run.
Yeah, all right, sure. Is it
Wisdom
just
saving
compel
throw
it to move
against 15.
immediately?
Huh?
Does it compel it to move immediately or 3?
On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, has a disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to roll again because it's still not interested in fighting you because it's a rock with 4 little bat wings. Okay, it fails. So instead, I guess it just remains in place, staring at you. It spins around to
So
look at you,
we're able to massacre the bug dogs,
and
but
its
we're not
weird
able to
little
hit
proboscis head is
little
gonna
stump
uh,
with wings.
tilt
That's
left,
hilarious.
tilt
Stop
right,
running away.
sizing you up, and has no idea what's going on.
The actual.
I will stab at this thing now that it's no longer buzzing away.
Yeah, just think about it like this. You've seen flies that like land on stuff and start cleaning their feet, and then you'll like whip your hand at them, and then they'll land in the exact same spot and keep doing that shit. That's like the level of intelligence that you're on right now. You could probably swing a sword at it, and it wouldn't really understand.
Let's see. Oh,
Ooh,
this feels like a
nat
waste of a
20.
natural 20.
Because they have 2 hit points apiece. So, because it sucked up all that blood, it's just going to wash you in a load of gore the moment you stab it and
Wait,
rip
no,
it into
the
little
other ones
chunks.
are going to
What?
It's
be
I've
covered in
stabbed
blood.
this
The other
thing,
ones are gonna get attracted.
probably, but it's fine. We want to kill these things anyway.
Oh, they're already fat
Can
and
I pick up
happy.
the javelin I threw earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do
Kuro,
that.
you might want to pick up those arrows too. They're like worth, what is it, like
You mentioned a number and it was
half a
astronomical.
silver a piece
Mm,
at like
Uh,
minimum?
So one of my arrows is in the.
Tree nearby.
Like lodged in a
yeah.
tree, and I think the other one,
Actually, aren't 2 of them in the tree because
Yeah,
one just
'cause
like
you-
went through the creature.
yeah, basically stapled its head to a tree.
Okay, so-
Actually, roll 1d4 for me, please. And pray you
Me?
get more than a 3.
Me.
Yes, just roll a 1d4 and hopefully get a 3 or 4.
Oh,
Okay, so the one that you shot into the tree at the blood bug is actually, when you pull it out, the arrowhead comes off, and now all you have is a stick, but the other one is fine, even if it is gross and covered in blood.
Dick.
All right.
But 5th edition has a mechanic in it where you're only guaranteed to get half of your arrows back, and then you usually roll for the
Ah.
rest, so I just flipped a coin, essentially.
Right.
Or had you flip a coin. But this is eating up a lot of time. If we just want to flash forward and say you guys chased down bugs for like another half hour and just arrived a little bit later at your actual destination,
Things eat
We-
a bunch of time.
there is more stuff for
We
you to
must
do.
protect the citizens from these damn bugs.
That's
Yes.
fair enough.
These little bugs.
So
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you want to try and clean yourself off blood-wise, or if you just want to walk into town like that. It's completely your choice.
I'm gonna do best I can, but I don't imagine it's gonna be very effective.
Wait, am I like over here now? Because
Are you over where
Yeah.
now?
We'll flash forward, I guess, but
Yes, I'm going to take you guys and just... Actually, you know what? I'll just leave you on this map because it's a little bit prettier than the other one.
alright.
Yeah, I don't have the map I'm about to show you uploaded to Roll20 because I'm trying to save space. And this one's not really an encounter map. It's just something for you to look at to understand where you are a little bit better.
Okay. So you're just gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's a very humid day out. It's overcast. It's been threatening to rain for a couple days now. It's been pretty dreary. It's really hard to see anything through all the trees to either side of you along this road, but it is clear enough to make out what's behind and ahead of you. You left a pretty gory scene behind you, but hey, the road's a little bit safer. And let me just scroll down a little bit more. There's just a little bit of road left between you and civilization, but after a couple of hours walk, some of it uphill, you finally get a nice pleasant view of the place that you were intending to stay at for the evening. So let me pull it out real quick. I have it here, I promise. There we go. It is a tiny farming community and the last bastion of true civilization until you get to like the military fort you guys are actually headed to the south. It doesn't actually have a name, it's just South Keep, or, you know, like the keep on the borderlands. This is a nice little community that, you know, it's got the things on top are corn rows, and the things on the bottom are rice and sweet potatoes. It's a very simple community.
Okay. And we're coming in from the bridge and the south here?
Oh, no, you're coming from the north to the south.
Okay.
You're going
Which
to be
side of the
continuing
north?
south. Mostly.
Am I missing something? I see the.
Oh, it's in the Discord chat.
Oh, Discord. Sorry.
Yeah. Just, I threw it in Discord because I haven't uploaded to Roll20 to save space since this isn't a battle map.
Got it.
You don't need any tactical stuff over there.
Saludet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't actually ping where you guys are anymore because it's not Roll20, but the top right-hand corner is really the only road that leads here. The other road just leaves.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So what do the inhabitants look like in this town now that we're actually walking in?
Well, not a lot of people are walking in the specific location of the town that you're walking in from, but you do see a couple of farmers are coming home from their fields, and they're thin because nobody's had a lot to eat. You know,
Are they giving me funny looks?
they're giving all of you funny looks because you just walked into town with a shitload of weapons strapped to you, and one of you is still covered in blood, probably.
Can I?
did my best.
Tiefling.
Wait,
As we're walking in, I'd like to be like playing my lute and like singing a nice song so people aren't as put off by us.
Yeah. Go ahead if you want to just, hey, roll performance actually on that.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me check Roll20. Yeah, I just didn't want to give you guys no indication of what the town you were strolling up to looked like, so I threw that together just before the session today.
So rolling performance is what, 1d20 plus my proficiency bonus?
And charisma.
Okay.
Normally the skill will say right next to it what the total bonuses of all three are. Okay, so you're not exactly bringing the house down, but you're no worse than the average bard at that roll.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say it's going to positively or negatively affect anybody's perception of you, but at the very least, nobody's going to think you're just a roving pack of murderers like this. Probably just some
Okay.
heavily armed entertainers. Yeah, you know, those heavily armed mimes that just walk around covered in dynamite.
Just the normal Tuesday.
Yes. But one person, oh Jesus, oh that's why. Okay, here I have to pull these up a little bit then. So you guys pass by like a handful of farmers and the time it takes for you to get close to the center of town. But one person does stand out from the rest of the throng, and it's a old woman that's been following you around since you walked into town. Characles, you have the best passive perception in the party, so you noticed it basically right off because she's not too good at sneaking. But
okay.
she's just a thin old lady. Here, let me post a little picture for you.
Old
Is there anything you'd like to do with the information that you're being followed before I'd say what happens next?
I guess my character just kind of like looks at her like with a weird but like curious expression.
So you're just going to turn to face her and like raise an eyebrow type thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first thing she's going to do after she's been noticed is sort of meekly shuffle up to the four of you and stretch out her hands and ask you for some food. And the first thing that she's going to do when she opens her mouth is key you into the fact that it's not actually an old lady, it's just a starving girl who looks incredibly haggard.
Oh boy.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Yeah, she can't actually look you in the eyes, but she's meekly begging for food from you guys.
How many people are around right now?
Just like 2 or 3. You're passing them all at once, but there's a few farmers that are like heading back to home from their fields a little early. The sun's still up. It's not quite sunset yet, but the sun's really low because you guys have been walking for 10 hours and fought a bunch of bugs in the woods.
I'm gonna go ahead and give her at least 2 days worth of the rations I have in my pack.
Alright.
Okay. She's going to snatch them both out of your hands and then immediately apologize for snatching and then start chewing on stuff. And she introduces herself as Mela.
It's no trouble. I've gone with less before.
She's going to nod back at you, and okay, the only reason I'm describing what she does in a sort of oblique manner is because I'm not going to roleplay a starving 12-year-old girl,
That's fair.
which has come off as weird. So she's going to thank you and tell you that she's had to give all of her food to her younger siblings, so she hasn't eaten anything because the cart that brings food outside the town only shows up once a week. And all the food's being bought up incredibly quickly. They're not even selling it at the local bar anymore.
That does
Can we-
sound dire.
It's between seasons right now, and her dad sold off all the stores for a quick buck because, you know, the Lord's been buying up everybody's food to go fight his war. And Dad made a dumb decision and then decided to get cholera and die. So,
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh.
but she thanks you for the extra ration, and she says she's going to go share it with her friend, so she's going to dart off. Unless you stop her or follow her.
So where exactly are we supposed to be headed to? Just the town square is what you told us?
You're not supposed to be headed anywhere. I'm just telling you that it's going to be dark soon, and if you want to make the other 10-mile hike to where you're going, you're going to take a level of
Right.
exhaustion probably, and it's going to be dark when you show up.
So before she runs
So-
off, I will ask her if she can point us towards the nearest tavern. Or nearest inn, or whatever accommodations can be found.
Okay, sure. Her mouth is full of bread right now, but she can tell you to just follow her because it's on her way, and the inn and tavern are right across the street from each other, so you can stagger drunkenly out of one and into the other.
Very well.
Okay. So I can't quite ping it on the map, but I did label everything, and the two names that are right next to each other are the Corster Arms Inn is right across from the Hole in the Wall pub.
Okay, so yeah, right there towards like more eastern side of the town.
It's like, yeah, towards the center, but on the eastern side.
Right.
Yeah, there's a well.
Not letting me
uh,
zoom in.
Yeah. If you open it in browser, you can zoom in, but
Yeah, that's what I
did,
just
can
did.
see.
So like,
yeah, there's a well right there if you want
There.
food, or if you're a weirdo, you can drink it out of the river. But
Alright, so question.
druid types drinking out of rivers.
Surrounding areas, are there like wild animals roaming?
You can see the tree lines like right next to the town. So yes, there are in fact a lot of animals.
Any
So-
sort of like any sort of like martial presence besides us, like that would indicate this town is in any way protected?
Well, the Lord's Manor has guards surrounding it. You might have caught like one or two of them while you walked in from the north, because the Lord's Manor is also on the north side of town.
Gotcha.
Anything from the south, there's probably like a guard or two at the southern bridge there.
But
you
either
can
way, dire
also,
straits.
I should also point out there's stuff you can't see. This is just a sort of a top down of the town, but the fields that the animals graze in is on the other side of the river past that bridge. And there's a bunch of shepherds hanging out over there that have like arrows and quarterstaffs and that kind of thing.
Slings and quarterstaffs.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So, did I see where that girl went off?
No, we're following her towards
Yeah,
the...
she's just letting you guys tag along.
Alright, so one of the features from my background is I can forage for twice as much food and water in the wilderness. Can I
Mhm.
like go into the woods and hunt animals?
Yeah, you can, and it won't incur you a level of exhaustion as long as you come back after sundownish.
Yeah. Just like hunt some food.
Although, if you mention to the group that you're going to hunt food, Mela's going to tell you that everybody's doing that right now because food is scarce. So there's not a whole lot of game that's coming close to the town, and you're probably going to step in a trap unless you head out quite a bit. Too dangerous to walk in the woods for her to hunt now because she knows somebody that got their leg stuck in a rabbit trap and broke their ankle. But, you know, I'm not saying it's impossible, especially because of your background. I'm just saying that I wouldn't
You don't
consider this
people.
the wilderness. You're technically in civilization, so I'd say you just hunt whatever the normal amount is. Like, enough to feed like 4 people rather than 8, I guess. But, yeah.
I guess
I'll risk it.
walk into the
Yeah, go
inn.
nuts. You don't have to roll survival or anything. Your background just gives you that feature.
Yes, I'm just gonna tell them I'm gonna go hunting,
Okay, so Zavig's gonna go off hunting pheasants. Does anybody else
and I'm
wanna do
able
anything?
to avoid a level of exhaustion as long as I come back before sundown, right?
A little bit after sundown is fine. You just have to sleep at the end of the night.
Okay. Just gonna go hunting.
You have dark vision. It's not a big deal. But Characles, you were
Yeah.
saying something.
I guess I'll walk into the inn and talk to the innkeeper person if there is one.
Okay. Is
So
anybody
I'll-
gonna go with him, or is he
I-
gonna get accommodations by himself?
I'll go in with
before
him.
he goes, yeah, before they go in, I'm just gonna talk to at least one guard and report the attack that we had on the road by the Kuthrix and some sort of carrion bug,
Okay.
and to like.
Sorry, did Daniel say something?
Yeah, I said I'll go in the inn with Kara. Go in.
Okay, so the both the half elves go to the inn. Daniel is gonna flag down a guard, and the orc goes hunting. Okay, you guys are kind of split up, but I can keep mental track of you.
Yeah, I just gonna talk to a guard and then head to the inn.
I
So I
mean,
don't know
it's
if there's-
better for me to go hunting instead of going to a tavern. Because
That's fair.
That's probably true. Yeah, Mayla's been
Oh,
giving
yeah.
like everybody in this party eyeballs because you guys are not human, although that's not a problem for her, but she is gonna like suck in her breath a little bit when both the half elves go into the inn and be like, and then just
Brace
dart
for
off
yours.
and wave as she leaves.
Hmm.
I'll just deal with Fatum first, because you're not gonna be in time for the end thing, but I'll just describe how flagging down a guard goes. So, as a tiefling,
I'm
You're gonna
wearing
get-
my mask and I have my hood up, although I don't think it matters much because
you have
I
horns.
do have quite large horns.
Okay,
Maybe-
well, it's not like you're the first tiefling the guard's seen, but when he sees you, he's gonna be like, "Oh, citizen, what can I help you with?"
I'm here to report an attack that happened on the roads, Sir Guard.
Any injured? Any dead?
Thankfully, no. Me and my companions managed to fend them off. Although I do not know if you are aware that there are Kuthrix along the roads now.
He just tries to pronounce the word Krutrick. Did you bring any ears?
I did not, unfortunately. I described what they looked like at the very least.
He's
Um,
like, yeah, big ass bug-looking spider. I've never even heard of something like that, but yeah, the roads around here aren't terribly safe. Next time you kill something, though, if you want a reward, bring me the ears.
That is good to know, sir. There were also
He
some sort
just
of
assumes the only thing you want is the money. Is pretty clear in his voice. He's just eyeballing you and shaking his head.
Understandable, sir. I just wanted to let you know that if I just wanted to understand if this was a common enough occurrence, whether these creatures are any in general along the road.
Were any what in general? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
These creatures or any other types of attacks. These creatures, are they common enough in this area? But he said these were the new. He's never heard of these things before.
Yeah. The sturges he's gonna recognize when you say the little blood bugs that flew around. Apparently they're called sturges.
Very well.
He says it's hard to get reports on what exactly has been killing people because there's not usually a whole lot of people that survive to tell about it. So they usually just assume wolves or goblins or beetles.
And I was told that these creatures are. I was told by my companions that these creatures normally hail from underground. I don't know if that's of any use to you, but that is all I. That's all I can. That is all I have known.
He shrugs and says there's all kinds of stuff in the woods. Nasty little holes for things to poke their heads out of, but as long as they don't poke around town, they're not really his problem. But if you want to talk about defending the roads, you want to speak to the Baron when he's receiving, are the words that he really stand out to you. He tries to... The Baron's not holding court right now. Like, that's a weekly thing. But if you have a problem with the way the roads are getting defended, which is a very pointed way to say it, if you have a problem with the way the roads are defended, you take it up with the Baron in a week's time.
And this is the Baron of this town specifically, not of the fort that we're going to, right?
Yeah. Oh, the fort doesn't have a Baron. There's like a Knight Castellan. But
Gotcha.
yeah, this guy's actually a local lord. I called him Baron. That is the wrong word. He's technically just a... got like a title like Knight of the Reach or that kind of shit. Knight Attendant of the Southern Reach or some shit.
That will not be necessary, sir. I just felt it was my duty, and I'm going to make a form. He's probably not anywhere near like what a superior offer is to me, but because I don't know, I'm going to defer to what I learned in the other place and salute him and march off to the inn.
If you can hear me, the only person that you currently have as a commanding officer, you all have a piece of paper in your pocket that says you're supposed to report to a guy named Captain Gygus at the Southern Keep.
Gotcha. I just don't want to antagonize the local guard any more than I seem to have. So I'm.
Yeah, don't worry. He's mostly just
Def-
resigned to your presence at this point, like responding with grunts and like yes or that kind of shit.
So I'll salute and
God,
then
is
march
this
off.
music
towards the
loud
inn.
for anybody else? I gotta turn that down.
I've
Yeah,
already turned it down.
the salute's a little bit much, but not out of character for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I understand. But
So he's gonna get a good chuckle out of this, but he's just gonna keep leaning on his spear and looking back and forth across the bridge, that kind of thing.
all right, back to the inn.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys are still awake. Danon, Heracles,
Yep.
you are going to have the unfortunate pleasure of meeting a man named Lugrin Mason. And you know what his name is because the son of a bitch put it on a little placard on his desk in there.
Oh.
So
Okay.
the innkeeper, when you walk in, he is sitting rigidly straight in his chair. He's not leaning on it at all, and he has a neat little parchment book in front of him that's like a guest book. And the only light in the whole building is like one little candle that's sitting in front of him, and the whole place smells musty as hell.
Oh, this guy sounds like a jerk.
My character kind of rolls his eyes.
Yeah, same. I walk up to him and I guess ask him what accommodations are like around here.
So he's going to lean forwards and adjust himself in his chair. If he had glasses, he'd be pushing them up, but he doesn't. He's going to say, yes, well, one room is going to cost you... Oh, I should mention, silver is a valuable object in this. So silver is not actually like a type of currency. It goes tin, copper, gold.
Okay.
They have no like actual value as coins. Silver has like way more value than it would in weight as coin, because it can be used to kill monsters, you know? So just tin, copper,
Ah.
gold. Gold doesn't have that kind of property, but it does help with like magical spells and stuff, so it remains currency.
Right. Okay.
So essentially when I say he says it's 5 copper for a night, what I mean is 5 silver. But since I don't want to have to keep translating, I will continue to use copper, silver, gold. Because
Got it.
way less confusing. Just know that there's like an internal economic bullshit that I'm keeping track of.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But he says it's going to be 5 silver per room. And then he's going to look you up and down and raise an eyebrow, and he says, and it's going to be 1 gold if you want a room and a bath.
Well, I didn't think I was that dirty already. Golly.
It's more of a luxury. It's not for keeping clean.
Yeah,
My character.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while all this is happening, my character just kind of like stands back and looks around the main lobby room.
Yeah.
type
The
place.
smell in here is probably mold, by the way. You have a good passive perception, so I'll just tell you that the place has probably got some kind of mold in it. It's really damp in here because it's a nice humid territory you're in.
Will this guy be angry if I don't like how dim it is and cast dancing lights and make it a little brighter in here?
Well, as a half-elf, you have dark vision, so all dim light is immediately bright light for you, so it might as well be daylight in here.
Yeah, but this guy is really like getting on my nerves, and I kind of don't. I kind of want to.
It's kind of his the way I wrote him. So
Yeah, I kind of just I want to annoy him.
yeah, go ahead. You don't have to ask permission to light up a spell, especially because that thing in your pocket says that you're a soldier of the realm. You don't have to take any of his crap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a light in each. I think there's 4 lights that I can put around me, and I'm gonna put them in the corners of the room and make it super bright in there.
Okay, well, he's going to blink a couple of times and scrunch up his face a little bit, and that's going to cause him to frown. But he's not going to make any further comments because he's too stoic. but it reads on his face that you've sufficiently pissed him off.
Nice. Okay. So, okay, do we want to stay for the night? Is that what's going on, or are we wanting to keep on going?
Well, there's two of you in the room right now, so if you want to discuss it, it's between the two of you. Although I know everybody actually wants to talk about it, metagaming,
Yeah.
so just go nuts. We don't have enough time to do the whole, like, telephone game.
I kind of don't want to stay here. I feel like it's kind of gross, but if we need to get some rest, that would be good.
So,
Yeah.
wait, am I allowed to discuss this? We're not playing telephone or no?
No, we're not gonna, because I don't have time. We got more stuff to do tonight. But I am going to probably do that in the future. Also, if you want to talk in the middle of combat, enemies are probably going to hear you and understand you. I'm not going to let you guys, unless you have a telepathy spell, you're not going to get a free action to talk to each other and plan stuff.
Yeah.
In the future, I'm gonna play nice because you guys are brand new to the game. There's two of you, so I'll play nice for a little bit. But after the kitty gloves will come off in like session 2 or 3.
Gotcha. So I would say the only reason we wouldn't, the only reason why we wouldn't stay is here if we felt comfortable enough to camp out on the road, because the level of exhaustion is no joke.
Yeah, I don't want to camp on the road either with hostile creatures and stuff around.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
you've already made a friend in the town.
It's true.
We did. That might be something worth
I like Gavin.
pursuing. We don't like this place essentially. She did have siblings, so they might have a lot of room, but who knows for sure.
I give you food for lodgings.
He busts in.
My character
Ding, ding,
will...
dong. Okay, hold on one sec, guys.
Right.
Okay, there we go. Keep talking.
Okay.
Uh,
So Zavik proposed food for lodging, but I don't know if he's back yet from hunting.
Oh god, no. It's been like 10, 15 minutes since he left.
Right. So
I'll...
I'd leave it up to
Sorry.
you guys, honestly.
I mean, I think staying is a good idea, whether it's in the inn or it's seeing if that girl had like a place to stay.
I agree. I think we should talk to her first before we do anything.
Okay. So, all right. So then that's what you want to do.
Yes.
And so you guys found out what the prices were, and do you want to say anything to the guy before you leave, or just kind of storm out of the building?
I'll walk up to him and ask him if he has like a cloth.
Like a cheesecloth, a rag,
A
what
rag.
sort of cloth? Okay,
rag.
he's going to roll his eyes and then pull out like a little cravat or something that was in his shirt pocket and just hand it to you.
Okay, I'll begin cleaning off the bloody arrow with it.
That is so disrespectful. Okay, that's gonna get like a low groan from him, like an. And
When the arrow's like semi-clean, I'll throw it back to him and just kind of walk out.
On my way out, I'll ask him. Well, I'll kind of look over my shoulder and tell him, you know, I hope the rooms here smell better than the lobby here.
And he's gonna say to you, and I hope you're like, what's the word I want to use here? He's going to respond with, and I hope you're like, please be patient with me. I have been up since 3 a.m. I didn't sleep well. And he's going to respond with, and I hope you're unlike the other mules who've come in here and you have more than 2 silver coins to rub together.
Ooh.
I'm gone. I walk out the door after that.
Okay. Also, when you threw the bloody rag back at him, he didn't even make an attempt to grab it. He just let it fall onto the desk in front of him.
Alright.
Don't worry. None of you have done anything illegal. You just messed with an old racist. Don't sweat it, guys.
Love
Yeah,
messing with the
alright.
racists.
Okay. You don't actually know where Mela lives, so if you're trying to locate her, you'll probably be wandering around town and bump into Fatum again.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Did you see where she went, Fatum?
I
Actually-
did not. I was too busy conversing with the guards here. They don't seem particularly dutiful.
If anybody wants to roll perception or survival, that's probably what you want to find her footsteps, or at least remember which direction she headed in, and give a good guess.
I'll roll perception.
Go for it.
Oh right, can I look at Roll20 again? I didn't close it.
Alright.
Nice.
23.
Oh, natural 20.
Nat 20.
So, as you're looking for her, you know exactly which direction she ran off in. It was towards the cluster of houses that's closest to the river. But on your way there, you actually spot her doubling back without the food that she had before, and she waves to you. She's passing by the bar right now. And there's actually a scene going on at the bar when you pass by her.
Let's see what's going on at the
A
bar.
scene.
Yeah, somebody's shouting at the bar. You're not really sure what about.
Okay.
But it looks like she came to go see what everybody's shouting about. There's like a small crowd of people, like 4 or 5 in addition to her.
I'd like to slip through the crowd up to the front.
You'd like to... Daniel, did you say you want to stealth around? You don't
No,
want to be seen
just slip through the people, like weave my way through the people.
Oh,
and
dude,
get
there's
to
no
the front.
need to. There's like 4 dudes in like a 20-foot street. You can
Okay.
just stand next to them.
I'm gonna walk right up and see what's going on.
Oh yeah, this town is positively deserted at the moment. But yeah, there's a guy who's drenched completely head to toe with like a wet hat over his eyes, and he just takes the hat off and throws it on the ground. And he goes, "What? You don't serve people in the street?" And the bartender appears to be at the door, and he's just like, if you want to drink there, just don't go walking off with my mugs." And people are nudging him and asking him, like, how'd you get wet? What happened? Let's see, I have his name written down here. Who is this clown? There he is. So the guy's standing there. Please roll perception at this time. Otherwise, I'll just use your passive.
All of us.
Both of us?
Yeah. Fatum's there, too, though.
Right.
Devik, you'll just be filled in on this later. I'm sorry that you're not like an active member of the roleplay, but yeah, you guys can still skill dogpile on this one.
Some blood has dripped into my eyes, apparently.
Right, you're just looking at him from the back and can't see what's going on. But yeah, apparently the guy who's been shouting has a really hoarse voice, and he has 2 bruise marks around his neck that look like handprints.
Ooh.
And he goes, "I've had a day. I just want some ale." And everybody's poking him and asking him what happened. And he goes, "What happened was somebody tried to drown me at the river." And now everybody starts muttering at that. It's like a big like hubbub. There's a murderer on the loose. That kind of shit.
Go ahead.
I'll walk up to him and ask, what did the person look like? And if you know their name, what is it?
Well, he doesn't actually know who they were. It was somebody wearing a big black hood, but that's all he saw because it was just a reflection in the river before they grabbed him and tried to shove him in.
What quality was the cloth?
Cloth? What? Oh, of the hood?
What? Yeah.
It was just like a big black fur thing that was like fur trimmed, but he didn't see the face inside of it. Somebody just grabbed him and tried to drown him. And then they got spooked because a gator fucking just waddled down the river, and the guy ran off because he got too spooked to drown a guy with a gator right next to him.
Okay.
And then, what's his name? Calic here just ran away from the gator too, and forgot to chase after the guy, and he just fucking ran into the cornfield.
Huh.
I'm gonna ask Kalik and if anyone, why anyone would seek to do him harm.
He doesn't know. He was just washing his small clothes in the river, and he lost them because
Oh no.
they just went downstream. And now he has no clean underwear. He's covered in water. He's incredibly cold, and he wants a pint of ale.
I guess I'll hand him one of my hand axes and tell him that if he needs to protect himself again, then he can use it.
Okay, those are actually worth a pretty penny to like a peasant, so he's gonna blink a few times and graciously accept and immediately tuck it into his sopping wet belt. He's gonna say, are you gonna buy me a drink too?
I'll say,
'Cause
get
he's
this
a
man the
cheeky
drink.
bastard.
I'll
The
yell it.
bartender's gonna roll his eyes and he's gonna be like, should I serve the rest of you in the street or do you want to pull up a chair?
I'll be in a moment. I'm gonna turn towards the girl. What was her name? Mela.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Mela and ask what happened to the food she had given her, just to be sure like it wasn't taken from her or anything.
Oh. She says she passed it off to her friend and then she was gonna go back home, but then because her friend doesn't live near where her house is, she saw all this happening in the street.
Understandable sights. Understandable. The sight was certainly something. If it's not too much of an imposition, me and my companions who you saw are in need of a place to stay. The inn itself apparently was not very inviting. We would
You're
not
just
take
gonna-
anything.
She's
we would
gonna
not
just
take
gonna.
anything-
Okay, go ahead, keep talking.
We would not take anything besides the roof, a roof over our heads.
Okay, I'd say that she'd interject at the moment that you bring up the inn, and she's gonna say, "Yeah, did you go in there? Did he faint when he saw a tiefling?"
I did not actually end up going in there.
She says, "That's too bad. I was hoping he'd bumped his head on something. That guy's a jerk."
From what I've been told, he was not the most gracious of hosts.
Yeah. She says, if you guys want to stay with her, you're all gonna have to room together because the only spare room in the house is her mom and dad's old room. There's
That
only
is
one
fine.
bed for the four of you, though, so...
I've got a bedroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to sleep on the floor, that works.
I've gone with less before.
Yeah, I mean, it's warm, and unlike that guy over there, you're lucky enough to not be sopping wet, so...
All right. With that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take whichever note whichever house she points out to where we can stay, and then enter the tavern.
Okay, you've still got an hour or two before sunset, if you guys want to get drunk and wait for Zavig, because otherwise he's not going to know where the fuck to go.
Yeah.
I'll go in the bar and look around and see what's going on.
Okay. The bar? Oh boy. Oh boy. That place, it's just full of a bunch of old people, like old women, old men. Everybody's just kind of sour and nursing drinks. Nobody's looking happy. The cheeriest thing in the goddamn place is the fire, which is just crackling away. Everybody else is looking kind of depressed.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not a good scene. But the drinks are fairly cheap. Holy shit, Zavik, what the fuck? Sound underwater, man.
My character will walk towards the house of worship and just kind of investigate it.
Okay. If you actually decide to pop your head in, well, first I'll describe the exterior. It's got a big, like, stone, tombstone looking thing, like a sign out front that just says Deo's House of Worship. Come on down to God's house. The interior is basically empty. There's only one guy at the pew, and he's just sitting there, I guess, praying to himself. I should mention that... Sorry, somebody messaged me on Discord. The man who's praying there is praying before... It's not like a statue of Jesus or anything. It's like, what is the right way to put it? A tacky little crystal sculpture of a big square. That is probably the nicest way to put it, but that's what he is praying to. You'd be familiar with this religion because it's like the most popular in the region, but basically the crystal is to represent a much larger real life block of ice that never melts somewhere. Yeah, people pray to it because it's like, oh, God's miracle. The ice never melts. It's been here for 100 years.
Oh,
So it's like a saint thing where it's like a big ice cube that's like turned into a saint over time.
people worshiping an ice cube.
Well, it wouldn't you if it never melted
it
and was the
never
size
melted.
of 2 mountains?
Sure.
2 mountains.
Sure.
That's something.
That's big.
Yeah. Just a big fuck off block of ice. Not quite
guess-
perfectly square, but you know.
I guess
Mhm.
my character just kind of raises an eyebrow and then awkwardly walks back out.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
gonna,
not a whole lot going on there.
I'm
so.
gonna go wait at Mela's house, I think.
Okay.
I'm in
So,
the tower. No, Zavik doesn't know where we're staying.
Oh yeah.
All right, so the tiefling is gonna solo it in the bar. Every eyeball in that whole place is gonna be locked on you. The bartender is even going to be like reaching for things while still staring at you to clean them, like absent-mindedly. You're clearly being treated like an animal in a zoo at this point.
Nothing I haven't seen before. I'm gonna go ahead and approach the bar, and I will ask, and I will say very in a way that sounds like he said it 1,000 times before. I would like a scutton and the cheapest meal you can give me.
The fuck is a scutton?
I couldn't tell you, is what he says too.
Well, he's got ale, he's got wine, and then for fancier types, he has just like a small chest of more expensive shit that's sort of behind the bar.
I'll take ale then.
Okay. The ale's only going to run you like 1 tin piece. It's like incredibly cheap. But it's swill. But he says he's not serving food. Not to any customer. He doesn't mean to offend you or anything.
Very well, I'll take the ale then. I'm waiting for a friend, and I believe you'll know him when you see him.
He's going to give sort of a worried look at that, but he's going to give you a clean glass and pour you just a nice pint. So we can just flash forward here because there's not a whole lot that's going to be super interesting happening at the bar, and I just want to kind of give you an idea of what the sort of travel you guys have been doing the last couple days has been like. This is really just to introduce you to the world, to tell you more or less how people are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's minor bits of racism, but you know, people are just people. Most interesting thing is they don't get a whole lot of murderers in this town, so that was kind of a an event.
Mm-hmm.
I should mention, by the way, that you guys kind of forgot to tell the guards about that, but the guy who got strangled did it for you. So, you know, there's the sounds of like a search party headed out to the cornfields at this point. Fatum and Zavik will probably see that go by, like dudes carrying torches and lanterns looking for some guy. Characles, are you also going to hang out at Mela's house, or are you getting a drink?
My character just kind of wanders around the town, like more towards the left northern side of the town.
Mhm. Well, there's not a whole lot interesting going on, but we can flash forward to the next day unless anybody has a super important piece of roleplay that they want to get out of the way first.
Nothing besides, I imagine it's whatever I got is going to be multiplied once the orc walks into the bar.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
God, Zeva, can you like exit the call and rejoin or something? Because your mic is doing that terrible thing that it does again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix
Well, it seemed fine there. I'm not sure why it fucks up so much. It must just be
Oh,
background noise or something.
It's when it repeats ourselves. So if we're like quiet and give him a sec to respond, then it should. be
Oh, that's
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be quiet, so Zavik, you go ahead and talk.
So, like, at this point, I'm already done hunting, right?
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'll roll up some random stuff for you. I know that you're gonna come back with probably 2 or 3 pheasants. I don't think you're gonna nab anything big like a wild boar or deer, but you could probably nail like some pheasants and maybe a rabbit or 2. You could probably chuck a javelin at something and catch something a little bigger. But I'm not 100% sure what's in the area. But you don't want to hit any goats or cattle because those belong to the people living here. So Probably just some small game animals.
All right, so with like I have just a big sack of animals slung over my back.
Unless you have a sack in your inventory, they're probably just stuck in your belt. Do you want to double check? Because not everybody starts with sacks actually in their inventory. That's one thing you might want to think about buying at some point is sacks to carry things.
Probably not big enough to fit stuff.
If you got an explorer's pack, it comes with a backpack. That's pretty much it. Or at least that's what I've got.
I guess I'm just holding them by the legs.
Yeah, well, I was just assuming you had their like neck strung through your belt and then you laced it a little bit tighter to keep them there.
So an orc walking in with animal corpses on his belt. To
And
the
a lot of
bar.
hungry eyes on his back.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna walk up to Fatima. So did you find a place to stay?
We have a place to stay, yes.
Where is it?
Follow me. Thank you for your hospitality, is what I tell the barkeep and pay for what I've drunk.
Okay, it's just pocket change, so I'm not going to keep track of it. But that will basically be seen unless anybody else has anything that they want to add or is important.
I guess I just kind of like clean my longsword when we get to the girl's house.
Yeah, always a good thing. Everybody's just rolling out bedrolls or sleeping on the bed if you don't have one. But in the morning, she's just going to ask you to make the bed. Thank you again for the food. And you'll probably see her siblings. They all have names. I have them written down if you want to learn any of them or care. But
I believe we must move on.
all right. Well, everybody's just going to sort of wave goodbye in the house. And, oh, Savic's saying something. Hold on. Okay, Zavic, I'm going to just ask everybody to be quiet, and then you can talk so we don't hear any buzzing.
So like any of the leftover stuff that I had, I'm going to leave with Mela, and I'm just gonna give her like 1 gold.
Okay, if you do that, that's going to mean that everybody is either going to eat rations or eat what you brought because it's only enough for like either your party or her and her siblings. It's either or. It's just a couple of small birds.
I still have rations in my pack. I'm fine with leaving it with them.
Yeah, leave it.
Yeah, I'm leaving it with them, and I'm just gonna give her like 1 gold coin.
Okay, you've basically made a friend for life out of her. She's just going to keep thanking you profusely and tell her that if you ever need any help to just come by and ask her first. She'll put in a good word for you with her friend.
Orcs are nice.
Yeah. I should point out that she mentions that her friend is it was the guy who was praying in the building earlier. He's the local wizard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He's the guy that everybody goes to when they need help with their problems or when they want to find out who's been stealing shit from them, and he's the guy that knows how to identify magic items, so he's a good friend to have even by proxy through Mela.
Good to know.
Yeah, you just got a Class A reference. Anyways, we still got some marching to do, boys. I'm going to point out that it is going to take probably like, I don't know, like 9 hours to hike to your next location if you're going straight to the keep with no detours. But if you stop for like lunch or something to not get exhaustion, it'll probably take like 9.5, 10 hours.
If we don't stop for lunch, we get exhaustion, then I think we're gonna stop for lunch.
Let's stop for lunch.
Well,
Yeah.
the other thing I wanted to mention is that, yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever walked that much, but God, I went on like a 2-hour hike yesterday and it wiped me the fuck out. And you guys have like hundreds of pounds of gear between you. Ugh,
I have made
But we
that
are
kind of
fun.
walk before.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
God,
But we also
I'm glad I'm
have
never had to go
drink-
through basic.
The orcs
Okay.
are strong.
Sorry, Zavic's gonna talk, so everybody just chill for a sec. No? Okay. Oh,
Go for it, I think he said.
okay. All right, so everybody's going to take about 10 hours on this hike. The good news is it's all downhill today, so nothing's rough. Let me see. Oh, and it's sunny today. Yeah. You guys get a beautiful nature hike, lots of lush trees, lots of relaxing sounds like wind in trees and creaking and leaves rustling. All the salty sea air is gone, so all the air is clean and brisk and nice. Good for the soul, bad for the feet. So it's good for the soul and bad for the soul. There's a lot of birds on the wing today, I guess, because it's such a nice day out. And actually, during your hike, like 4 or 5 hours into it, to your left, which would be the east because you're heading south, you're going to notice that there's actually a lot of birds that are circling one large-ass rock in particular. Like you can just picture Pride Rock from Lion King. It's like a big-ass rock out in the middle of this field. It's kind of a couple 100 feet down from your position because you're along like a cliff road sort of thing. You're not like walking on a high rise with a large chance of falling. I'm just saying there's a huge elevation dip before the rock. And as you guys stop for lunch, you actually get a good look at the birds that are flying overhead. Let me copy the image over so I have it saved. Let me see. Let me scroll a little bit. I know I have them here. There it is. What the fuck? Unable to copy image preview. Fuck you. Yes, so the birds that you've been watching up until this point, when they get closer, you realize they're actually not birds.
Flying bunnies?
Yeah, they're called dove bunnies.
Whoa.
They taste.
Yeah, they're not like dangerous or anything. They're really not good for anything but meat. They can't be used as messengers. They just look pretty and live around this area.
Can I try to catch one?
Yeah. Do you have a? Let me. I guess you could throw a rope at one, but here I'll tell you what. It'll be like DC 12 to actually capture one, but if you want to get one uninjured without like injuring it while yanking it down with a rope, that's gonna be like DC 16. So you can just roll a dex attack with a rope or something.
An explorer's pack has a rope, right?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
50 foot.
50 feet of hempen rope, but that is incredibly thick rope. Because 50 feet of it, and for it to not break, it's like probably thicker than your thumb by quite a bit.
Alright, so what do I roll?
You want to make a dex attack roll. So just the same as you would if you were stabbing somebody with a rapier. So like dexterity plus your, well, not proficiency, because I don't think you have lassoing expert on your profile. So 1d20 plus dexterity, I guess.
My dex?
Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
Alrighty. Well, the good news is you actually managed to catch dinner. The bad news is if you wanted to keep it as like a pet or something, you pretty severely damaged it by manhandling it like that. It's not like a life-threatening injury, but the fucker's not going to be able to fly anymore because you just cinched a rope around its entire body.
Huh.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to the rabbit and lay on hands.
Well, alright. You now have a incredibly skittish dove bunny by the scruff of its neck.
Animal handling. I want a pet.
Okay, yeah, just roll animal handling. I think it's like charisma plus whatever. It's just a rabbit, basically.
But
Alright.
it's a flying rabbit.
It's
That's
wisdom.
important.
It is the rabbit. Got huge, razor sharp. It can leap about.
Funny.
Look at the bones.
Did you say 20?
Natural 20.
Okay. Well, thinking quickly, you manage to take not enough to actually affect the ration size, but you just like take a bit of ration and feed it, and you don't touch it by the ears or head. You just cup it around you cover it to your bosom, and put a hand over its eyes, feel it slowly relax, and its heartbeat slows down a lot. I don't know if you know this, but if you handle a rabbit properly, you can basically make it fall asleep in your arms. But that's essentially what he's done. Is he's just fed it a little bit, cradled it in the correct manner, like a expert rabbit tamer. Like he's been doing it his whole life.
Fantastic. How many hit points would you say that lay on hands used up?
1,
Okay, good.
just a single pip. Pip.
Yeah, these things are very fragile, aren't they?
Yeah, you remember those blood bugs from earlier that I said had like 2 hit points?
2 hit
These things
points,
have
yeah.
like 1.
Gotcha.
Just it's a rabbit, but it has brittle, hollow bones.
Now you made me sad for the rabbit.
Fluffy.
It's fine. You just fixed it.
Oh yeah, because it's like a bird.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Fluffy now.
Oh
Very
god,
well.
now he's named it. Now it's gonna be really hard to eat it later.
We still have rations as of now.
+1 rations. Just write it down. Kidding. Kidding. Okay, so we now have Fluffy the Dove Bunny. It's just gonna ride on your shoulder at this point and sniff around in your backpack trying to find the rest of your rations.
Yeah.
That about wraps it up for lunch, unless somebody wants to do anything else while you're stopped.
So I don't have great perception, but I would want to at least take a look at whatever rock they're circling.
Okay,
like-
you say you don't have perception, but you literally have the best in the party, aside from Characles, who has +1 more.
Aren't I at -1?
No, wait, you're at -1?
Yeah, I'm -1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Daniel and Characles have the good ones. Okay, go
Yes.
ahead. Roll perception, I guess.
All right. Yep, not very good.
Well, you have eyeballs, so it's not like the fact that there are white things on the wing, which could be dove bunnies, escapes you. But you can't seem to figure out what to do with the information other than give you like something to stare at with lunch.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's a big gray rock. It doesn't look like it has any significance, but
Oh,
if
well.
anybody else wants to give it a shot, go nuts. But
I guess I will. Let me check.
yeah, you guys should get practice typing and like /roll and stuff like that.
Okay, 14.
Okay. That's not enough to see much more than the fact that it is a giant rock. But one thing you do notice is parts of the rock are different shades of gray than the other part, but you can't tell what that means from this distance. It is just a strange, splotchy rock. It's not shaped like a monster, it's not anything, it's just a weird rock with some strange coloration. But the dove bunnies seem to like it. They fly in a, I don't know if anybody knows what grouse pattern is, but grouse are birds that fly in a big spiral.
Okay.
I guess
Right.
I'll. Were you going to say something, Zavik?
No, I'm just saying I'm too distracted by Fluffy.
I was actually going to say, I ask Zavik, do you even plan on eating that in the future?
No.
I just kind of shrug.
+1 animal companion acquired.
You had to see this coming when you gave us flying bunnies.
I mean, the thing is, if you actually want to train it to do anything, that's a number of animal handling checks. So far, it's just agreed not to immediately fly away, and it wants to eat more of your food.
Then yeah.
Okay,
He's mine.
last call for things to do while you're stopped. If anybody needs to take a leak, now's the time.
Nope.
I meant like IRL as well as in game.
Oh.
Oh.
We could take a quick bio.
Um, I'll
Yeah,
just
I'll
be
step
right
away for just a
back.
sec.
Yeah, I gotta fill up my water cup and then I'll be literally right back.
Alright,
Okay, one
so-
sec. We're halfway through the session as is, so this is actually a perfect stopping point for like 5 minutes. 5 minute call. Be right back.
Okay.
Alright,
Be right
sweet.
back.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
You holding up, man? Feeling tired? You doing all right?
I mean, by now it's already 1 p.m., so I'm fine.
Zavik, it's you. I thought it was Characles because he admitted to me earlier that he is exhausted.
Oof.
Yeah, I wanted to see if he was doing better because he said he would take a nap or something. I'm tired though. I got up at 3 a.m. and it is 10 p.m.
Why'd you?
What'd you say?
Why'd you get up at 3? That's the question.
No, I didn't intend to. My sleep schedule is all messy.
So wait, what time do you sleep at night?
And normally, if I'm trying to keep a normal schedule, which is what I'm trying to get back onto, I go to sleep at like 11. I just didn't sleep well. Bad dreams, that's all.
Like yesterday.
What
Well,
about?
technically today, 3 a.m.
Yeah, I technically woke up today, just really, really early.
I have returned.
How you feeling, Characles? You tired? You hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but I mean, I'm feeling like uh a lot less tired than I was like before we started playing. So
Mm-hmm.
I have also returned.
Alrighty, good. Seems like everybody's mostly jazzed, and Dan just needs another minute to
I have returned.
Oh, welcome back.
we all came back at the same time.
Yeah, I'm more or less ready to keep going if everyone else is.
Ready.
Same.
Yep.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna stop you on your journey towards the keep, which is your destination, one last time. And you guys are in the last home stretch of getting there. But finally, the trees to either side of you really open up, and since you're high on this cliff face, you actually get a good view into the valley where most of you are going to be spending most of your time during this campaign actually being in. Which means this is now the time where I'm going to show you the actual map of where you are, and I highly recommend opening it in browser if you can and zooming in because there's a lot of fun stuff in there. But there might be some enlightening stuff in there.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's big. Okay,
Kind of huge. Well, the file size is big, but I made this
Is
all
there
by
a
that's
hand.
really-
giant sword stuck in that mountain?
Yeah, and that's a river of water
Oh.
melting off of it.
There's
That
a
is a-
hand with a stone.
With some sort of like temple in the center?
And the keep is where we're supposed to go, right?
Yeah, you guys are, I can't ping it, but that little cliff face that has a river right underneath it, that's about where you guys are currently. Since you're
Cliff face.
elevated, you're able to see more or less around you up to the mountains in either direction.
So there's just like a giant sword.
And hand, but that's neither here nor there. There's also that pit to the south. That's a glass staircase going down into it.
Oh my.
Oh wow.
And then there's like weird crystals in the bottom right.
And some sort of constant storm in the bottom, opposite direction. It looks like.
I tried zooming in, but
I see a
And
Oh.
just
Some of
like a very
it's-
ominous skull keep.
I see
Don't worry
I see a
about that.
boat up in the mountains.
You
On
see
the-
a
in the
what
top-
up in the
A
mountains?
boat up in the mountains on the top right.
Oh.
A ship.
Oh yeah.
Those are technically hills, but yes,
Okay.
there's an old
hills.
pirate ship up there.
Huh.
okay. So are we on like the?
We're on that cliff face. Just
Yeah,
to
if you
the
see that
left.
hand, you're just to the left of that.
Oh, okay. So we're like there.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we uh see the hand?
Yeah, you can absolutely see the hand from where you are. Not in a whole lot of detail, but
It's a hand in the distance.
yeah, there is a ungodly shape that's not even near the horizon. That's like how many miles from you would that be? Like 3, 4? This isn't perfectly to scale. I blew up the size of some of these things just so they be more
Oh.
visible zoomed out, but
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, because it kind of looks like it's a shorter walk than it is, but it's actually like 9 hours. You said so. That's like
No,
a
no, no,
really
it's-
long.
it's not 9 hours to the hand. It's like through the tree line, it's like
I mean
5. but-
from the town that we're at to where we are.
From Saladate.
Yeah, that's more or less like a 9-mile hike. It's so everything's a little bit more bunched in than it looks. But yeah, some of these things are a lot smaller than they appear on the map. I just blew them up so that you could see them and go like,
So
wow, that's what it'd be like to walk up to that thing.
I know Characles is the closest thing we have to an actual like local. Does he know anything about these landmarks or?
Nobody knows a goddamn thing about that hand. I mean, I don't want to be the guy that sees what's underneath the earth around there, honestly. But
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Oh,
We are in truly. Wow. Oh, okay. This is cool though.
yeah, you guys are
the
way out.
sword.
Yeah, that sword is probably to scale though. That's like the only thing here that's probably actual size.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
it is big.
Yeah, like if you look at the size of that tree compared to a mountain, this map is not to scale, but this is the most accurate rendition of the territory I could do with my limited. I didn't want to place several 100,000 trees on this map, so they're all way bigger than they're supposed to be.
Oh, there's the rock.
I had to put all of these here individually.
Yeah, I noticed that a bit ago. There's the
The rock with the
gigantic
bunnies.
With
rock,
the birds.
Yeah,
the dove bunnies.
there's some fun stuff in the bottom left too.
Yeah, I see a little,
a little bit
yeah,
more-
like
I saw the
crockett arms
tentacle.
coming out of there. Yeah, tentacles.
Yeah, I just had fun making this thing. It's great.
It's very well made. I love it.
Love
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
It took
it's
a
impressive.
long ass time though. Took even longer to make the actual maps for these spots.
Oh,
Yeah, hopefully you'll
bet.
get to see it all someday. But
Oh wait, the skull is like it has an opening.
It's some sort of like dungeon / keep or. Don't worry about it. It's probably fine.
yeah, nobody's actually been
Probably
inside it.
fine.
You would be the first person to go inside it if you tried. So
So the keep is like probably the furthest that actual people have been who have survived in this area.
Established, I think. is the better
I
word.
I'll tip my hand a
Yeah.
little bit. No, you, Characles, would absolutely know this, but the Crown does employ rangers whose whole job it is to go out to unmapped places and, scout out the viability of where the next town or keep should be placed to, take over just a little bit more forest. And this has been going on for, over 100 years. That's how this island was settled.
Hmm.
It's like rangers going out into the woods, poking around these dangerous places, telling the soldiers what to kill and where, and then they kill that and then build a keep and push it out just a little bit further.
So further out, there's probably a couple ranger stations, but like this is the
Oh,
furthest.
no, the Rangers don't like have stations. They just like live in little one-day huts in trees or something with dogs.
Oh, okay, so this is but is this the furthest construction that we're aware of on this island?
That you would personally be aware of. Although I will tell you that the reason that Celadit still has, I didn't put any trees near it on the map just to make it more visible. But the reason the trees crowd in around it is because the trees that were used for the construction are actually floated down the river. So along the river, there will be logging cabins where people are floating logs further down out to sea, where they get picked up and then used for houses and construction and stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Maybe
also
the
like a
river
few
leads-
random trappers that are out there, like Jeremiah Johnson and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
The river leads to a sword.
The sword is
More
the
like
river.
the sword creates the river.
Oh,
It melts into the river.
oh, it's ice. Okay.
Yeah, just a big fuck off slab of ice. The
Why
funny
did we-
thing is, that sword is a lot smaller than it was 100 years ago.
Okay, that's not ominous. People are
Well,
worshiping
no,
a cube.
because it's just melting.
I was gonna say it kind of looks smaller than the hand.
Yeah,
Oh, it
That's
is
cool.
smaller.
because
I
it's
thought
been
you said-
melting for so long.
Yeah, I thought you said it was smaller like 100 years ago.
Oh no, the exact opposite. Remember I told you
Okay.
they prayed to that cube because it hasn't melted? This is kind of why.
Because this
Shit
one
like
melts
this.
and
I
looks
see.
like this.
Yeah.
What there? Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just
Yeah, but
how
there's
many giant pictures of ice that are there that melt that makes the cube so.
well
It's nothing.
the dwarves are currently at war with giants, so it's not like they're something that nobody's heard of. It's just not a lot of people get to see them, especially and live to tell about it. So
Right. Okay, but yeah, we push our way onto the keep. I'm assuming.
Yeah, let's do it.
As
yeah.
much as I want to just keep gushing about this map.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get to see it way closer than you ever wanted to in a little while.
I've saved it into my files.
Yeah, it's fun. Go ahead. I'll even give you access after you clear out a dungeon to the dungeon in case you want to turn it into like a home base or something crazy like that.
Nice.
I mean, nobody can stop you. It's way out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
All right, let's see what my notes say. So as you guys are heading to the keep, this last bit, oh god, it's all uphill because the keep is even higher elevation than the cliff face you were on. So right as you guys are getting tired at the end of the day, you got to march up this stupid fucking hill.
You push
Good
on.
news is that makes it a good defensible position. But as you guys are cresting the hill, you see this just whole ass stone keep out in the middle of nowhere. The road actually gets more defined, and it's made out of white and gray stone. And you can see some dudes patrolling along the top, and they clearly notice you because they stop their patrol pattern. And as you get closer, you realize they don't quite have their crossbows trained on you, but they're at the ready. And there's no drawbridge or anything. It's just like a portcullis and a couple of gates, but you know they're open, and there's some guards standing out front, and they're not going to lower their spears or any of that crap. They're just sort of more at attention. They're not at ease, and they're going to ask to see your papers.
I go ahead and present mine.
I will get mine out.
While you're digging around, the guy starts rubbing his chin and cocking his head at you sideways because none of you are human, and that's unusual. And you notice as he turns his head to the side that he actually only has half of one of his ears and like a nice scar across his skull and short hair. Real creepy looking dude.
We were
So,
told to report to Sergeant. Wait, was it Sergeant?
no, Captain.
Captain Gygas.
Yeah, so he's going to nod at that and look at your papers as he goes, so what are you, fresh meat, traitors? And his fellow guard's just going to give him like a really kind of a look and go, they're carrying weapons, Davos. Like, oh, Davos is it? And when do you get to address me as anything other than sir? And that's just going to cause the other guy to shut up and grumble, and Davos is going to hand you all back your papers, and you're like, all right, off you go. Gygas is in the officer quarters. It's in the back of the fort, and you don't do anything without his say-so until you speak to him. He's the guy
Understood,
running
sir.
the ship around here.
Understood.
Oh, one other thing I should mention is I actually have a map of the fort, but this one's not as good quality as the other thing you saw. Actually, I have it on Roll20. I can drop you guys into it.
Alright, sounds good.
Jeez.
Because we're kind of still on the road.
Yes. It is
Corpses.
it is not a particularly interesting map. I just want to tell you guys that. Here, let me control copy and then drop your characters in it.
You must
But,
gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, I don't have any tokens on this one because it's not really a battle map. It's just to give you like a better understanding of where everything is spaced out. And yeah, you guys are way not to scale. It's just that so it's easier to track where everybody is and like give you an example of where shit is.
Got it.
Do you have to give us control over our tokens every time?
Ah, fuck. I think I do because I gave you control of them on a page where it's only because I gave them control of them to you on a page where it wasn't the one that I copied them over from. That's why. So as long as you
Ah.
don't move around, I can just control copy you guys, and then every time after this, I can give you back control of your characters, so that'll just already be there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just copy you one at a time from the page to save me some hassle. But yeah, anything that you guys that like stokes your fancy, if you read like the name of something, just mention it, and I'll tell you about it. Otherwise, I'll describe the sights you see on your way to Captain Davos.
I'll
I know
start
Fate's
walking back.
interested in the blacksmith.
Okay, somebody said blacksmith, but Dan said something else.
I said I'll just start walking towards the barracks where the officers' quarters are.
Yeah, they're in the back. Give me 1 second. Tell me if you guys have control over these ones.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I
you
do.
go. Awesome. Right, so as you guys walk in, the first things that you're going to see are obviously the blacksmith. I can drop pictures of NPCs as you talk to them, but you know I don't think it's. But I don't think any of them are particularly of note until
Talkative.
you speak to them. Yeah, I might have to double check and see what they look like to give you passing descriptions, though. So I have all this shit. I did so much homework to make this. Let's see. Davos. That's Oscar? Really? Yeah, so I'm just gonna pick that one. It has to be Oscar. Right. Sorry, give me 2 seconds here.
Mhm.
All right, so the guy that's running the smith over here is just a guy who seems really old, white hair, shaved on both sides. He just has like a bit of like that stuff on top, like that douchey haircut you see people with.
Right.
But it's the style at the time. So he's not hammering out any axes or swords at the moment. He's just inspecting his tools and wiping down like his anvil and hammer and getting rid of. He's sweeping up like iron filings and that kind of stuff. And off to his right, that general goods shop over there, that little weird market stall, which I forgot to put a cart in front of, but it's basically being run out of the back of a cart. There's actually a tiefling running it.
Oh.
And right next to it, I don't know if you can see it because I didn't really put a sign over it, but there's a little stocks where a prisoner is being kept.
Oh.
It's directly in front of, yeah, the red guy standing on top of it. Gambler. I don't remember your tiefling's name. God damn it. Fatum. He's standing right on top of it. Yeah. There's like a little prisoner there. He's an elf, and he has a sign hanging from the stocks where his hands are like, currently caught in, like his hands and head. It's one of those things that you like clap over prisoners to like throw fruit at him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
People have been throwing rocks at him because
Oh.
he's an elf, and the sign hanging under him says "thief," spelled Theef.
Oh, good.
Lovely place we've got here so far.
Yeah. And there's also a guard posted who's just keeping watch on him basically at all times. And if you guys get as close as you are currently, he's gonna like point at the little pile of stones in front of him and be like, "You can toss a rock at him if you want. He's a horse thief."
Not at this time. Thank
Not
you.
right now.
Yeah, the elf is He's none too plussed. He's just rolls his eyes at the whole affair, even though he has like a split lip and looks like he's taking a beating. He's like covered in bruises, but he's really stoic. Just like gives a roll of the eyes and just kind of like moves his hand in a circular motion. The guard's
Gotcha.
completely unaware, by the way. Oh yeah, you
Um,
guys are also standing in front of archery dummies. Not that anybody's shooting at them currently. I'm just noting that that's where they do
I
archery
see
practice.
them. I also see cannons on the walls.
Yeah, the powder isn't stored outside, but the cannons and balls are.
I'm gonna go ahead and call out to the shopkeeping inferno. What hail shopkeep, what wares do you have?
Oh fuck, I forgot to mention. So as you guys walk up, and the guy like asks if you want to toss a rock at him, the tiefling says to the guard, hold on, I gotta remember the guard's name. I have it written down. Let's see, what is your name?
Jerry.
Cabum. So the tiefling calls out, "Hey, Cabum," and Cabum just goes, "Ugh." He goes, "You know, I had a friend once who was a necromancer. He had these big bulging muscles because he kept doing deadlifts." And Cabum just makes like,
Oh my.
just a really discontented sigh.
I'm gonna say an infernal to him, getting your enjoyment where you can.
And he's gonna do like a snap in the fingers, kind of shuck and jive, and just being like, "Making coin is my game. That's my pleasure. What do you want, big man? What calls out to you?" He has a fucking massive inventory too, so I'm not even gonna like go over the spiel. I'm just gonna post it.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm assuming like maybe 85% is outside my 10 gold price range, but
Just like when I say general goods merchant, I mean like the most general possible goods. Like fucking
Goodness.
holy shit.
yeah, the
Holy
whole
fuck.
thing's being you can ignore some of that like spell book and stuff, but most of that shit is being sold out of the back of this thing. It would take forever to read it, so it'd be faster if there's anything that you feel like you're missing that you want to call out. Like, I'm pretty sure none of you have a grappling hook, for example. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
you
can
know what?
afford
The
it. I
grappling
didn't look
hook
it up.
does sound nice. 2 gold pieces? Is that what that
Yeah, since you called out to him Infernal, he'll just give you a wink, nudge, nudge, and do like a 3-finger thing saying he only wants 3 silver for it.
You're very kind. I'm gonna give him the 3 silver pieces.
He goes, "Yeah, this thing's older than my cart. I've had this thing for 6 years and nobody's bought it."
A shame. You never know when you need a grappling hook.
He goes, "Oh, but perfect condition. I don't use it for anything, but one of the hooks has a little bit of grime on it. Not. It's just purely cosmetic. It just looks like he scraped something off with it."
Right. I'll take the grappling hook. You never know when you need one.
Yep. So he's immediately gonna pocket your silver. Well, I guess copper in this case, but silver, and it's the last
Right.
time you ever see it.
Anything that you guys need?
I think I'm good for now. We'll see what comes up.
I sometimes recommend chalk to new people.
Chalk. Okay.
It prevents you from getting lost because you know where you've been.
Oh, that's true.
But you guys have like a top-down map. This isn't the old days where you have like a map writer type person. It was more useful in like the old days of D&D. I don't have it listed here, but a bag of flour is also the most useful thing. He'll probably talk up a bag of flour, I guess, but bags of flour. Toss it on the floor, and anything invisible makes footprints. Whip the bag up over your head and toss it into a room, and then a little lit match will cause a dust explosion. The bag of flour can be used for marking locations, just like chalk can. Bags of flour can be eaten in dire circumstances. You just mix it with water. Bag of flour for everything. Bags of flour for everyone.
Nice.
It's just me being
A shill for bags of flour.
Oh yeah, gotta show my boy bag of flour. It's a must in any thief's kit. Dust
I
for
think Zavik would-
fingerprints with a bag of flour. I'm kidding,
That's true.
but
I think Zavik is trying to say something.
oh sorry. Go ahead, man.
Anyone have a backpack?
Oh, he does have backpacks. They're 3 copper silver pieces.
I need a backpack. Store all my stuff.
Okay, I would also recommend just like one sack because I think they're like a single copper piece. Yeah, it's like one copper piece for something that weighs 2 pounds and can hold 50 pounds of shit. So
I'll get like a sack and a backpack.
yeah, that barely runs you anything. You could just like take off 3 silver and 1 copper and bada bing, bada boom. Does anybody else need anything? And did everybody's adventuring kit like come with a bedroll and stuff? Now's your time to stock up.
Yeah.
Storage.
Not a lot of use for torches in this group since you can all see in the dark.
And we have the dancing
Yeah.
light trick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
Good.
so this guy's just like counting his money over and over again, like 1 and 2 and 3, and then slipping it into his sleeve, and you never see it again. But so this guy clearly has trouble making friends. If him and
I need a quick break. My kid just threw up.
oh man, yeah, you go see that. Don't worry, nothing important is gonna happen. We'll catch you up in 10 seconds if anything
Okay.
does. See ya.
All right.
Okay.
Take Fluff, put him in the backpack.
Oh, you can just carry him on your shoulder. Although if you want to shove him in there, I guess there's room.
He's
Let me take a quick peek at Roll20. That is more or less what that guy is good for, is money, and you get goods. About it.
The basic goods, but
Yep.
not useful.
Mm-hmm.
Does he
I'll
actually have the
just
potion of healing, by the way?
probably like 1 or 2, but that's about it. And that is their going rate.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I
they're really
figured.
popular with the guys who man the fort here. So he very rarely has any stock left. When he first shows up, they basically sell out almost immediately. He just has like
That's
2 left over. Because a lot of people went marching today, so there wasn't a lot of people to buy up all the stock. So he looks like a fool now. He has all this shit and nobody to buy it.
Well, at least we bought something off of him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He
I'll,
appreciated it. Somebody
I'll
said
walk
something?
over to the blacksmith.
Okay. He's just cleaning up. He's not actually making anything right now.
Okay. Um,
Go ahead. What do you want to say to him?
I
He's just
guess
gonna eyeball you.
I'll ask him if. I guess I'll ask if he has, if he's selling any weaponry.
Oh, well. Not he doesn't really get a how do you say? He's not really here as a shop. He's special officer Davison. Or is his name actually Davison? It's special officer. But he doesn't make anything unless Gygas tells him to. Like he's actually one of he's not like your officer, but he's somebody that's a little bit higher ranking than you. So you don't like requisition anything from him. You talk to the quartermaster, who talks to Gygas, who talks to him. And if you want to requisition something from the quartermaster, you either better have the coin to ask him for it, or you better display that you have like an outstanding need for it. Because it's not like they have an unlimited amount of iron here. So. But he's more than happy enough to like say hello and tell you his name and give you a handshake. But that's about what you can get out of him at the moment. He's just telling you how it's run around here. He's not being rude, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you have any second questions?
Not really.
Okay. You can admire his rack of weapons. He's been working on axe heads. I could describe the other buildings to you guys if you care.
I'll look at
Yeah,
the
sure.
sparring ring while we're waiting for Dan.
Oh, it's just covered in like that's my attempt at making it look dirty and covered in sweat drops and blood, which it is. It looks like people
It
use
does
like
look very well used.
yeah. They have a lot of men usually stationed here for how cramped everything is. Like when you get into the barracks, it is just like there's nothing in it but beds to the ceiling, and the whole thing is like a filing cabinet packed into one tiny building.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it
And
is.
So we're not to scale Because
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. This is just to give you guys like, yeah, you guys are 5 or 6 times bigger than you're supposed to be. The stocks is probably the only thing in here that's to scale.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this place is huge, but still, this place does not always have men in it, but sometimes because they're ranging and keeping the area safe because they're trying to expand territory, but when they're called upon or when they need to station people, they can. So it's normally it's not like packed to the brim inside the in the barracks. It's just that occasionally when stuff happens.
They need to have the capacity for it in case.
And there's a church here. I don't know if you guys want to poke your head in, but
I will poke my head into the church.
Sure.
yeah, let me look up the name of the pastor in there.
Well,
So the guy inside the church, he is named Father Galq. He's in there. He's rotating prayer beads around his hand. They're all square, of course, because he prays to the giant ice cube. And that's a joke. Feel free to laugh.
Right.
But he's going to bow his head at you like 3 times as you walk in. Do you need blessings?
More just the lay of the land at the moment. Thank
Just
you
going
for
to
the
give you
offer,
like
though.
just going to give you like a and then keep counting his prayer beads and whispering scripture under his breath, staring at the statue.
Out of curiosity, how far away is the giant ice cube comparatively?
Where your current location is, like 3,500 miles to 5,000.
But it's just the
Somewhere
largest.
there.
Gotcha. Okay. Just wanted to have an idea of how common it is worship of this cube if it's that far away. That it's even all the way out here.
Oh, you guys are still inside like the bounds of the empire, so it's like the most common religion in this place.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's also people that worship like their individual tribes' deities, because remember the empire is like forged of a bunch of tribes, but this is like the quote empire's religion rather than the quote barbarians' religion. So you might follow a different creed as an ancient's paladin, whatever.
Mm-hmm. That sounds
Yeah, not a. Sorry.
That sounds about right.
No, somebody else was trying to say something.
Like, I talk to that. Maybe ask him.
Something about Batman? What?
You're
No. Hello. I'm gonna talk. I want to talk to the blacksmith. Maybe ask him what the captain is like.
Oh, well, he tells you to just meet him. He's just busy with paperwork right now. Nothing's really bothering him. You know, that whole
Is there
kind of why not just see for yourself? He's right there.
Is there anything we need to look out for? Anything we should avoid doing?
Yeah, don't piss him off. He's the guy that's going to sign your paycheck. Yeah, the blacksmith's a pretty down to earth guy. He's not really going to jerk you around.
mm,
I'm sorry if that's not a very enlightening or a very sufficient answer for you, but honestly, you're going to meet him in like 5 seconds. So, like,
Fine. I just need as much information as possible.
yeah, that's fair. I'd be nervous to
Yeah.
meet my new boss too. But on the other, like the back half of the keep, there's just like an internal wall that has people patrolling on it. You can actually see where people get up to the parapet now. It's like these little round staircases. Yeah,
oh,
they're like the internal keep is like another portcullis that can shut. So the thing has like a 2-layer defense, but that's about it.
You already mentioned that the barracks are just completely stacked floor to ceiling with like bunks and junk.
Yeah,
what
there's
about
like
this-
no room even for weapons and stuff. The thing right next to it is the stables. That's
I
where
was
all
about
the
to ask, like,
I'm back.
does the
Hey,
stables look
welcome
like
back.
the same capacity?
Oh, the stables actually has the wall broken out in the back so that it takes over part of what looks like the barracks building. So they actually had to expand the stables prior to it being put in.
Oh wow, that's a lot of horses.
There's not actually a lot in it right now. There's only like 3.
Right, but I imagine because they're out being used, same reason the way there
Yep.
aren't that many soldiers.
Yep, they just need them when they need this space for the cavalry, because like even just a small wing of cavalry is incredibly useful right now. I mean,
Gotcha.
firearms are clearly being used, but out here where there's monsters, like plate armor hasn't gone away as in utility when you get to fight things with claws and talons, but against people, they're a lot less useful nowadays. So you're here at a very interesting time for the world. A lot of things are kind of
cool.
shifting around and finding balance.
Gotcha.
But
Alright.
cavalry is still useful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was used in World War One, I think. I don't know. I'm getting into history. Sorry.
No problem. All right, I think now's the time where we. I was just waiting for Dan to get back, but now we can push on to meet the Captain Gygas.
Yeah. Okay. So here, I'll just pop in his little headshot. It's nothing really interesting. He's just like a guy, despite him being, quote, the boss. He's not wearing any like fancy uniform or anything. He's not even wearing armor because, he's in the keep and it's exhausting to wear chainmail all the fucking time.
I still have to wear mine until I have a place to put it.
That's a damn good point. Maybe the blacksmith will let you borrow a rack from him or something.
My disgusting blood-soaked chainmail, which I assume
Oh
I
yeah,
tried
getting
to wash
blood out of
and
that?
murder.
Oh my god, that would take forever. But yeah, he's just like a straight-laced, kind of frumpy-looking guy. Just not a bad haircut, not a good haircut, and a neat little goatee. He's just like thumbing his nose and like scribbling some shit down. So he clearly knows how to write. So he's clearly some level of educated, and he's just gonna like wave you in as you come closer. And he goes, "Do you have more shit for me to sign? Who are you?"
I am Fatum. I am here to report for duty, sir, and I'm going to stand at attention as I hand over my papers.
Okay. He's just gonna unfold it and give it like 2 looks, and then just hand it back to you. And he goes, "All right, keep that on you. You're gonna need it." And then he's gonna point at 3 people that didn't introduce themselves and just wave them forward. All right, everybody forward. What are your names?
My name is Daniel. And I give him
Okay.
my paper, or at least show him.
Okay. He's gonna read that too and give you a look. And okay, looks like I've got a couple of regulars here. Are you from around here, or are you mercenaries?
I suppose mercenaries is the correct term.
And
I'm
the other one?
from near the area.
I
Lacrimus
mean,
was the name.
Characles, what kind of armor are you wearing right now?
Leather.
Okay, in that case, you probably don't have like a crest for your family on it or anything, so he's none the wiser. Yeah, you're just a dude to him. Fatum, because you're the only one I think in heavy armor. You're the one that's probably going to be why he assumed you were a mercenary. But you guys are all the rest of you are just in light armor or nothing. So Characles, you should introduce yourself, and then everybody should be quiet for Zavegs in case he wants to say something.
My name is Characles Nightstone. I'm not sure if you've heard that name.
Yeah, everybody within like a 500 miles radius knows what a Nightstone is. Although, just because it is the name of the like the royal family, it doesn't mean that it's not like the most uncommon name. Some people can have it. So he's gonna give you like a side eye and just like a and sort of like a stroke of the goatee, and then he'll just point to the orc and he'll say like, "All right, and you?"
My name is Zavik, sir.
Ooh, you threw a sir in there. He liked that. Heracles, one more time. What did you say?
I was just gonna say, especially since I'm a half elf, and my family's full of humans.
That's true. He's probably not gonna it's not like he knows the inner workings of the castle. He's just gonna like give like a He goes, well, you all know how to say your names without mumbling, so and you all know how to stand in a straight line, so I guess that makes you better than half the soldiers that come through here. But there's one thing that makes you worse than all the other soldiers I just had in here today. You are late. Everybody just left.
Apologies, there was trouble along the roads.
That seems to be what happens around here. I just gave out orders. Everybody march today for the old watchtower. I planned a whole damn brigade to take the thing out. Well, not an actual brigade. Hold on. I'm not using... No, brigades are massive. No. It's just he sent like a whole skirmish force to take back a watchtower that they lost recently. It's that one in the middle of the hand nearby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he organized a whole raid of like 40 men to go take it back. So it's being overseen by like a sergeant right now. Everybody left today, and you guys are basically 9 hours late to march with the rest of everybody. And it's basically dark now, so he's not even going to ask that you catch up with everybody. So he's just going to lean back in his seat and look very put upon for a minute.
I'll ask him, well, what do you want us to do now?
He's going to look at an abacus and slide some things around, and he's gonna go, well, there's plenty of rations here, so I guess I'll stay for the night. Leave first light. You're gonna try and catch up to them. I want you to double time it out there. It's really easy to find. You just follow the river and look for the big fingers sticking out of the earth.
Understood, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pretty terse right now. It looks like he's had a long day of organizing bullshit, and he just keeps sighing and like putting his head in his hands, and he's gonna go, all right, head down to the pig ringer and tell him I told you to eat double rations tonight. And also tell him that you're gonna need double rations tomorrow. You at least need enough to get you there and back. So tomorrow, at least, like after you guys get a long rest in, you guys can add like 6 rations, day rations to your thing, along with 6 days drinking water. He's just gonna like let you borrow the wine skins, but you'll probably or water skins, but you'll probably need them to go back by the end.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Let's see, what's the name of the guy in there? He's gonna ask you to introduce yourself to the quartermaster if you can find him. Loomis is the one. Let me give you his headshot. So, Loomis is the blonde one that doesn't have pointy ears. So there's your little Where's Waldo that you guys get to play. It's a similarly dour guy in charge. But that's the guy. He can take a look at your weapons, have the blacksmith repair anything, because in the morning, you guys have a lot of marching ahead of you. And it's through tree line, too, so I expect there to be a monster or two.
Okay. I don't suppose you'll be able to get this clean in time, I say resignedly.
He's just gonna, like, wipe under his eye with a finger and then snap his fingers and use a prestidigitation cantrip, and you're immediately clean.
Oh.
Ooh.
He says, grab a mop and get that off my floor.
Of course.
Yeah.
I will mop up
He is-
the...
Yeah, he is just completely straight-facedly asking you to go get a mop and clean it up, but at least your armor's all spick and span now.
Very nice.
But yeah, he at least has like a spell or two that he can probably cast, because I mean, like, a third of people usually are just innate spellcasters.
Okay. So, I don't have anything else I need to do here.
No, not at, well, you have to clean the floor, but
Yeah, besides that, nothing that I think I need a scene for.
no, he just wants you to introduce yourself to the guy running the bar around here. He had it put in because it helps morale.
Okay.
And yeah, after that you see Quartermaster Loomis if there's anything that you need that is like direly important.
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, so let me reiterate that your specific orders, although I sort of gave you the overview, is you're going to help on this assault on this watchtower to get it back.
Right. So we're getting double rations from the bar that we have over here.
Yes.
Outside of that, I think I'm fine. But is
Why
the
is
double
it
ration something we tell the quartermaster or the bar?
Both?
Okay.
Just, I mean, he already moved the rations over on the abacus. He has to keep track of how much food is in the stores, but
Gotcha.
basically he just wants you to eat well because you have a long fucking hike tomorrow. And you might not have eaten too well recently because who knows why you joined the army. He had a lot of half-starved men join, so...
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're just 4 more warm bodies to him. But, the guy that... Okay, here's your specific orders. Tomorrow, you're going to march to that watchtower, and the first person that you're going to speak to, before you try and run in and get your damn fool head cut off by some goblin, is a man, Sergeant Sadokar. He is a short, angry dwarf that you cannot possibly miss. He'll be the one barking orders. He'll probably be at the front of the pack in plate armor. It's really hard to miss a dwarf in plate armor.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from that, well, if the sergeant becomes compromised, you're supposed to either save what men you can, try not to leave anybody behind, but get back here alive so that he can figure out what to do next.
Okay.
He already lost a lot of men when the watchtower was taken because a bunch of... He just sighs and like puts his head in his hands. It's like, look, it doesn't matter. It's just... I don't know why the goblins and the orcs and God, whatever else is in there decided to work together, but that's the only way they were able to take the damn thing is because so many of them decided to work together. Something's fishy. Yes. But the only person who's told me what's in there is the scouts, and, well, they recommended I send about 40 men to clear it out. Luckily, now I've got 44.
We will do what we can.
And that's what they ask of you. So, everybody go get drunk, because it's probably going to be your last chance for a day or two.
I'll go into the bar, walk up to the barkeep, and ask him for a scutton and the cheapest meal he can get me.
So, you don't pay for your meals here, because, you know, you're a assigned soldier. You're just going to get chow. But, the good news is that it's a real bar, which lets you buy drinks, which are not covered by your pay. Yeah. Oh, the food is free, but if you want to drink something with it. Also, the name of the bar is the Pig Ringer. And if you can imagine a pig and a life preserver, that's what the sign looks like.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's also tons of people in the bar that aren't that they don't look like soldiers. They're covered in like wood shavings and they all have like axes either leaning against the table or stuck in their belts. It's pretty clear they're some like resident loggers or something that are just chilling here in between their hike to wherever the hell they stay. There's also a couple of dudes in animal furs and one of those. There's a pretty stereotypical guy in the background with like a hood on and shit like that. But there's also a couple of guys that are playing like dice on a table. This is a very more like stereotypical tavern, D&D wise. But yeah, the bartender's gonna plop down chow in front of you, although you only like one ration's worth, which is gonna be like bread and a little bit of soup.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a
Is
beer
there-
because you asked for one.
Is there anyone in the bar that particularly stands out, like appearance-wise?
Well, I guess. Well, everybody's dressed kind of differently, so it's hard to say any one person sort of stands out. Also, I should introduce the bartender. What's this guy's name again? Venric. Venric's the guy serving your drinks. But no, you've got like the guys in animal furs. If you give me like a perception or insight or something, you can probably figure out what their deal is. But I guess the moodiest looking character is just the guy with the hood on in the back. Like he's not hanging out with everybody else. He's just petting his dog and drinking his beer.
I like to go talk to him.
All right.
I'll
well,
also follow.
Okay. Characles, can you just? I'm not even gonna ask a history roll. This guy's like you're the one who knows about rangers. This guy is clearly dressed the part and has a hound with him, which means that he's almost definitely an Empire Ranger. The guy's really just in here to drink and not to get bothered, so he's not really gonna like give you like a hey, how's it going? He's just going to like look at you and I guess have an expectant look.
I'd like to ask him if he knows of anything extraordinary going on around right now, or anything we particularly need to look out for on the way to the watchtower.
He's just gonna like lean his head back and close his eyes and think for a second and go, yeah, the rivers here, they aren't safe like the ones up north. You don't want to get too close. Things will snatch you right out of there. Alligators, worse. And trees. They like to hide in trees. Doesn't matter what. They don't like walking along the ground. And don't go walking around at night.
Okay. So,
Yeah, very terse.
Very-
He's not a people person. That's why he lives in the woods with a dog.
I'd like to ask him what his dog's name is.
Bite.
Bite?
No, Spite with an SP.
Spite.
Yeah. The whole litter died except him because he just lived out of spite. Yeah.
Can I ask him?
He found the litter in a goblin's cooking pot.
Can I ask him what he knows
Oh.
about dove bunnies?
He goes, yeah, they're Spite's favorite food.
Hey.
Okay, gonna get from him.
Yeah, this guy's just got rough edges written all over him. He's not like a
Mm.
quest giver or anything. He's just here because, occasionally they show up here and want a drink.
I'll tell
And,
him.
they have to check in with the captain.
I'll just say goodbye, Spite, and walk away.
All right. You'll get like a sort of... Oh, I should mention what kind of dog it is. It's just some kind of like mixed breed. It doesn't look like any particular species. It's not like a pit bull or something like that. It's literally just like some kind of scruffy looking, almost like somebody's house pet, but it's clearly not because the thing is just looks like it's hardwired. It looks completely tense sitting on the floor. Just atypical of dogs.
Okay.
I'll walk to the barkeeper and just ask for a mug of water.
Yeah, he'll just direct you to where the well is. It's out by the stables. You can just like go take your mug out there and dip it in and get something to drink. But he's not going to winch up a barrel for you. He has a bar to run.
Okay.
Or I mean, he's not going to winch up a bucket for you.
Okay. And where exactly is the one?
Oh, it's out in front of the stables. You just have to like walk around past the barracks. It's like 100 feet away.
I'll just walk over there and
Yeah, it's kind of like a long ways for him to go. He
I'll
doesn't
just
keep
walk over
the
there.
water over here.
Fill the mug from the well water.
Yeah,
and
very inconvenient, I know.
and then just drink all of it within like a few seconds.
Fair enough. Does anybody else have anything like is there anyone they want to visit? You basically have your run of the keep as long as you talk to the quartermaster until like sunset and you decide to tuck in.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So assuming that at least one of you goes looking for the quartermaster, he's actually up on the walls doing patrols with everybody else.
Oh, geez, I thought we had spoken to him. My bad.
No. You only talk to like the guy and the bartender.
Right.
Yeah, but he's actually up on the walls. There's just a short introduction. He's got a very straight-laced, stoic personality as well. There's not really a whole lot of fun roleplay to be done with him unless somebody wants to request something of him, in which case I get to say, no! Unless you have a very good reason.
Oh, I can't ask this man for full plate armor and he just give it to me?
Oh my god. He would laugh and laugh. You'd get like a nickname for that. Oh my god. He's gonna call you like Trust Fund or something like that. God. Yeah, I wouldn't try it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day when it's like inside your pay grade.
Okay. But yeah, so we'll report what we need from the quartermaster. There would not
Yeah,
be like any horses left over that we could use to theoretically go up somewhat faster.
He's actually gonna sit there and think about it for a second, and he goes, "Well, we got 3 horses. One of them is in there because, well, she's with Foal. The other 2, I suppose they're free, but you'd be riding bitch the whole way. And, well, how well can you ride? Because you're gonna have to ride through the trees or along the riverbanks, and good luck getting that past old. What's his name? Please God, tell me I remember his name. Armentia. The stable master's a real prick, and the 2 horses left are the ones that he absolutely didn't want anybody else riding because they're, his prized ponies or whatever.
I suppose it's I suppose I'll have to do without then.
Basically, the quartermaster said, "Yeah, you have my blessing. I'll give you 100 gold if he says yes." Challenge
See.
accepted.
I'd like to go ask him for a horse.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask him if you can ride his horse. So first, I should probably introduce what is his name. His full title is Chevalier Ecus Aramentia. This guy is so high on himself. Oh
I would
god.
be too if I had a name like that.
Well, Chevalier just means like master of horses or something. It's a French name, but whatever. It's still the thing that they use around here. This guy, this isn't really getting it across, but he has the hair swept back. The thing that immediately stands out that is weird about this man is that he is dressed like head to toe in leather. And I don't mean like a gimp suit, but he's dressed like in like tanned horsehide, and he looks like the most out of place cowboy ass motherfucker you have ever seen in your life.
And this
This-
is before cowboys are even a thing.
Yeah, well, this guy loves horses enough to like tan them and wear them after they die. This man is completely insane.
Oh.
But you know, he's not like riding horses into battle. He just does his horses really good, and you live in a meritocracy. And that sometimes means insane people get put in charge by other insane people. And that's
Because
sort
they're
of
good at what they do.
yeah, and that's sort of the introduction I can give you to this man and his bullshit. So, good luck. May God be on your
Okay.
side.
Heracles just kind of gives him like a concerned but disgusted look on his face.
He's just gonna look you up and down and say, "I like your leather, kid."
I'd like to
He steps back.
butter him. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just said he steps back.
Yeah, it wasn't too creepy, but it was creepy. Yeah, Dan, go ahead.
I want to ask him directly if I can have one of the horses for the next day.
Ever seen somebody's like eye twitch when you ask them like a really uncomfortable question?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this guy's whole scalp just like retracts a little bit, and it looks like when you pour water on a cat. And his nostrils just like flare to like twice the size, and he's just all like, "You want to take my precious snowflake away from me, and you want to take her sister too? Damn you, sir! Damn you straight to hell!"
He's just gonna walk away. Like, nope, not dealing with.
I didn't even go after hearing that the quartermaster is going to give me 100 gold if I could do it. 100 gold's a lot of money, man.
Lot of money. I
A
would
lot
like,
of money.
I want to
I
try
just
to
need that.
persuade him somehow. Tell him I'll tell him I'll be really really good with them. I like horses.
Please roll persuasion. Please roll persuasion for that. Okay, not too bad so far. Going to say, you do, Describe to me how you enjoy the feeling of a animal between your legs.
Oh, I
A
love it.
writhing mass of muscle and beauty flying across the. Yeah, he goes on like this for like 5 whole minutes. I'm not even like joking. He's just gonna like cream himself over imagining riding a horse for like 5 minutes while you stand there and nod.
Yeah, man, I like it. You know, that feeling of that raw power down there between my legs. It just, you know, it.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
You're saying all the right things so far.
Oh.
Roll again, see if you got higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Good thing you got the bad one out of the way. Yeah,
Yep.
he's just gonna keep like nodding and nodding at what you keep saying, and his eyes are gonna dilate a little bit, and he's gonna start like pacing back and forth in place. And he says, "Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to let you ride it around the yard a little bit to experience the joy of such a fine animal."
I can't imagine a more exquisite experience than the joy I would receive from this beautiful creature.
Dear God.
he's gonna ruin his pants, and I don't know what you're gonna do to deal with that.
Hold on, guys. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're saying all the right things to him. Don't even do a performance roll as you sort of like. Actually, do roll performance and animal handling and see if you can like do a cute little trot across the yard. If either roll is really
Okay.
good, I'll accept a shitty roll on the other one.
Oh.
Okay, I forgot to say which order you were rolling in, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Looks like animal
Performance
handling.
was the higher one.
Ah,
Oh, another 22.
so without any barding or anything on the animal, like a blanket or anything, you have no problem actually just mounting the horse and grabbing it by the mane, and he's just going like, oh. And as you do your little prance about the yard, you don't really get it to do anything like any like half steps or any crazy shit. But you do significantly sell him on the site, and he's just like, oh, you're like a knight, come straight out of a storybook. And the guy's absolutely smitten. So at least one of you has secured a way to ride for tomorrow, but I don't know about the rest of you. Good luck.
Can I
I
go
mean,
back
there's
and talk to
only
the
2
quartermaster
horses.
and tell him about my horse?
Yeah, if you just want to whistle at him from the walls, he's been watching this whole time, like a mouth open.
I'll do the whistle between the fingers and just kind of like point towards the horse and then back to myself and kind of mouth at him. I got this. Where's the
Okay, real quick,
cash?
give me a deck save. Don't worry, it's got no DC. Just do it.
Okay, that's just a 1d20 in my dex thing.
Yeah, it's like 1d20 plus whatever your deck save is. I don't know if bards get dex as one of their proficiencies.
They do actually.
Oh, sick.
Oh.
What did you roll? I'm looking at different stuff.
22.
Oh, Zavik
Ah,
needs
shit,
to go.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Don't worry, nothing too crazy is gonna happen. So we can just fill you in next time.
I don't think we're gonna have enough time to actually leave the keep.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
not too much left here. Although you guys might not actually arrive at the watchtower if you run into something along the road.
Gotcha.
Oh, did you make the deck save? What did you roll?
I did.
Looks like
22.
Holy shit.
22
I
is
was
my
only gonna
lucky
say you need to
number.
roll like 10 or 11. Because when you whistle, the horse is apparently trained to go on its hind legs and do like the whinny and like the, like the storybook cover of like the "Boo" thing.
Perfect.
And the quartermaster just goes like, it just like throws a huge fucking pouch of gold just like onto the ground and it just like chunks against the cobblestone. There's
Lucky
like
you.
easily 100+ gold in that bitch.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up.
Congratulations.
Guess drinks are on you tonight. Har har.
Absolutely. I'm ready
Yeah.
to have a couple drinks and then turn in for the night.
Yep.
Same.
Unless anybody else has any bright plans. Oh, shit. I kind of left this out, but what I meant to do was have the elf in the stocks like, try and call somebody over to talk to him. I meant to do that. I just completely spaced it. So if we rewind time for a second, he did like motion for somebody to come and say hi to him, but nobody actually has yet.
Given the chance, I'll go.
Yeah. Wait, who said that? Fatum?
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice the guard who was watching him walk in to get a beer when he hears that Dan is buying for everybody because he just won 100 gold bet on his first night here.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's like a solid like year and a half's pay for like an officer. So like that's a lot of money.
Rolling.
I mean, that's like a year and a half without any bonuses or like because you guys get like a percentage of anything you bring back that you tell them about. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Right.
So it's basically your perfect opportunity to go and talk to the horse thief.
I hear you've stolen horses. Is this true?
Well, he looks over to look at the tiefling, and the tiefling just looks at him, and they both kind of shrug, and he goes, "Not exactly. It's a little complicated. I suppose you could say bystander to horse thievery. He just kind of like wiggles his head back and forth. He's not really sure how to describe it properly, other than to say, "Well, I've got the story. If you want to hear it." Nobody really believes me, though.
I wouldn't hear it.
Okay. 2 men leave this keep, riding on horses. Beautiful horses. They go riding. They stop for something to eat. It starts raining. Their horses are already tied up. They go. They spend a little bit of time in a cave. Problem is, cave's already got an owner. 2 men go in. 2 men do not come out. I'm waiting. Hours. See no one. Go to untie the horses. The horses smell something coming up behind me. I barely get to see one sight of whatever it was. I think it was a bear. The horses untied, rear up. One of them smacks me in the head. I fall, sag against the tree. Bear runs off. Someone finds me the next day, completely unconscious, with a hoof print in my head, and assumes I must have been stealing horses.
Where was this cave?
It was up north. You probably passed it on the way here.
I see. And the horses escaped after the bear.
Yep, no
That's
one's seen them
scary.
since, and they still call me thief. Maybe the bear chased them and ate them. Who knows?
There's not much I can do for you now, but for this, I'm gonna go ahead and lay on hands and dump in the last 9 I have, since we're gonna be going to sleep soon.
That's funny. Dances with a tankard of Maine. Oh yeah,
22 on
you can
performance.
just pour. Oh, you're actually gonna do a dance? Oh fuck, that's funny. There's actually a dancer in the bar.
He got a 22 on his
I
performance.
mean, she's
check.
just upstairs. She hasn't come down yet. But yeah, I guess the whoops and hollerins from you dancing, and it's probably helped by the fact that everybody's drunk. But yeah, you're killing it, man. If you want to dance with the girl that comes down, it's an elf girl. Hold on, I have a headshot for her. Her name's like Aurelia or some shit. I don't get a whole lot of outfit choices.
Yeah, that was the only real
Nice.
limitation I saw.
Yeah, but just imagine her wearing something slightly more skimpy, and that's pretty much dead on. She's just got like, moon elvish features. But the guy appreciates you healing him. Let's see, what else? I swear I was going to say something else. Congratulations on healing his brain damage, by the way. He did get smacked in the head by a whole goddamn horse.
Do you
Right,
know
right, right.
how long? Do you know how long they will keep you here?
And he just rolls his eyes. They hang horse thieves around here. This is just so they can have some fun first and make an example out of me.
Is the tiefling the only other one that's here?
Yep, everybody else is getting drunk. Well, I guess there's the
Uh,
guys up on the walls, but it's getting near dark, so they can't see you very well. Assuming they're human.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll insight. I don't
Yeah,
think I'm gonna be
absolutely.
very-
You can use insight or perception to see if he's lying to you. You can also use history if you want, and try and ask him questions and try to catch him up in a lie like a lawyer would. I allow usually those 3 things. Well,
go
an
I
11
rolled-
insight is pretty average. Really only allows you to go with your intuition, but the guy seems pretty resigned to just kind of sit here. He's not asking for you to spring him. He's just he doesn't really seem to be lying in that sense,
And he's a full elf, you told me, right?
Yeah. And he's also a wild elf. He's not like from the Empire.
Right. I'm gonna
So
keep my
like
voice
if he
low and
stole
nice.
the horse, like who the fuck would he sell it to? Or like
Right.
because wild elves don't ride horses. So pretty much everything checks out from like an intelligence standpoint. Oh right, you're not very intelligent. I should have kept my fucking mouth shut.
Right. No, I just know that he's
But-
a full-blooded. He's a full elf. I don't know much else besides that. But I'm a tiefling.
Yeah.
And I know what kind of stuff happens to people that aren't human in the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
How
Short
how sturdy is the
and
lock that
sudden
holds
stop.
there?
Oh, like the stalks? It's not a lock. It's like a length of wood is just like inserted, and then you like pry it out when the person's ready to be freed. There's
And there's-
literally no lock. It's just that he's stuck in there because they stuck a fucking bolt through it.
Is there anywhere that you can go? I'm keeping my
Because-
voice low.
I mean, the front gate is wide open, and the idiots around here don't even know how to get through the trees. They would never catch him, even on horseback. This is his backyard, but they're fucking babies in the forest around here. He's basically like a first level ranger at this point. Wait, did you roll something again? I'm sorry,
No.
I'm at Discord. I'm not looking at roll
That's
20.
fine. Yeah, I haven't rolled anything new.
Oh, did
but,
you
like, it's
roll yeah, go ahead and roll performance for to dance to that.
Oh,
But Fatum, keep talking to me. What were you saying?
so it's only me, the tiefling, and the guards that aren't really paying attention. It's already getting late, right?
And I mean, the guards probably aren't like you can just wait for a point when they're not looking at you to let them go.
Yeah,
Although you might want to
that's the-
discuss something like that with the tiefling first. Just a hint.
I'm gonna say an infernal towards the tiefling. It really is. It really was quite mysterious how this man ended up disappearing in thin air.
He goes, it's also really interesting, and he's gonna like draw a circle in his hand with his finger and be like, my hand feels a little bit light.
I'll toss him 5 gold.
He'll be like, and like that, I believe I'm catching a chill. I'll have to go inside and warm up, and he leaves. Yeah, that guy
I
has
can-
no
I'll-
fucking moral compass at all. That was the correct answer.
I think he came because he
gonna-
heard my music playing for the dancer.
You
Yeah, of
rolled
course he did.
super good.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
Did he actually?
I did.
You got a
Oh,
19 plus 5.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Starting it up hard, man.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh wait, you're playing a lute, so I can't show that. But one of my favorite like examples of what a bard sounds like is one of the guys from Jethro Tull just absolutely slaying it on a flute. But yeah, shit sounds magical, like actually fucking crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead and remove the. While that's all happening, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the plank of wood that's been keeping him there.
Yeah, you can kind of just like smack it a couple times with your hand, since I assume it's lightly armored, and then just like wiggle it free, and the elf is going to slip out of it like a shadow. And he is actually going to take the time, even though he's like, probably going to be killed if captured, to like, give you a really steep bow and tell you that you're always welcome in his neck of the woods. And he tells you something that you should know about the Southern Woods too. It's not like moss-covered rock shit, but he's going to tell you that if you see a tree that has orange leaves, and it's not autumn, you need to head west from there, and that'll take you to where his people live.
I thank you.
Yeah, they'll find you. You won't find them.
So head west from the tree with orange leaves.
Yeah, the orange leaves when it's not in autumn, and in autumn it has green leaves.
Okay.
Yeah. And with that, he's just going to hopefully make it out of there alive. Jesus Christ, I could roll stealth for this guy now.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back to the bar.
I feel
Yeah,
like
probably
my
a good idea.
performance-
Probably a good idea if this escape attempt goes horribly wrong.
I feel like my performance is kind of distracting to a lot of
I
people.
don't know. He is like a fucking oily shadow just slipping right out of
Nice.
there.
Okay.
Okay, so Aurelia and you are kind of partying it down, and that is going to get some absolutely mixed feelings from this gentleman. There's a gentleman of rather low intellect, I think is the correct way to put it, because he can't clap on beat, and he just has that head shape that really looks like, oh wow, you took the short bus to school. Like, not to be rude to anybody, but this guy's clearly a few cards short. And he's absolutely fawning over Aurelia. But he also looks kind of jealous towards Mr. Dan over there. You can see he's definitely torn.
I would like
as long
to.
as he doesn't pull anything, I'm not gonna do anything.
Can
I've already done enough tonight, I think.
I'd like to send him a beer.
Oh, yeah, he'll gladly drink that sucker down. But after your performance, he's probably going to come up to you after and be like, "You should play for her again. She danced real pretty like tonight."
Oh, I will.
Actually, I should roll performance for her. It'd be hilarious if she sucks shit and falls off the stage. No, it's a fucking evening here. Like, this is an event. Like, they just got like a killer live show. The dancer girl, who I told you the bar was mostly there for morale, did fucking insane. You won a bet, like you made the quartermaster like jizz himself, which nobody fucking does. And because you said hi to the priest, he's more or less happy with you too. And the tiefling got a shitload of gold. So basically, everybody who's not the captain or the quartermaster, because he's poor now, is incredibly stoked. This is pretty much A for effort, gentlemen. You're the most liked rookies on the team.
I got us a contact in the woods.
I gotta go. My kid's sick.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We had a good night. It was nice meeting you. It was nice gaming with you.
It was
Probably gonna have to
super fun.
stop here because we only got 3 guys. But
All right.
yeah. Real life's
Alright.
more important. You can thank me next time. I had a good time, guys.
All right.
It was
Good night,
really
guys.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun.